Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Friendly Game as West Ham take on Spurs in Australia. Kick-off half an hour away. The West Ham team is on your screen. We'll get to that in just a second. Gonzo, how is oneself?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Thank you very much, mate. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I was looking forward to it until I seen Spurs' team, but now I'm a bit like, oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I haven't seen the Tottenham team yet. I could just see our team scrolling across the bottom.
There's a big difference. I mean, let's go through the West Ham team in a second then because the defence has gone off the screen, so I'm just delaying time so I can read it out. Here we go. Here's the West Ham team. Fabianski in goal. It looks like Lang will be playing right back with Zuma and Ogbonna centre back and Emerson left back. Downs and Potts in centre midfield with Bowen on the right, Fnals on the left, and Mubama and Ings up front, possibly a 4-4-2, unless maybe we're going to put Mubama on the left wing or something and go 4-2-3-1. Doesn't really make too much difference in friendlies, I suppose. But that's your starting 11, Gonzo.
Yeah, you're right. I think that is the thing. And I watched your review after the Perth Glory game, and having also watched some of the highlights, not much. I think it was a 12-minute highlights thing. Having watched that, I totally agree. I thought, Chester's, you picked him out. That he was good, wasn't he? So obviously switching formation here because I would have liked to have seen that again. I think it's an opportunity. I'm not bothered. I don't care about these games, but my only thing that I'm bothered about are the youngsters, really. I think it's an opportunity to see them. I think sometimes you can unearth something, you can learn something. So if what we learned in that previous game was, hold on, Chester's at right wing back, well, let's have another look. Let's give a second game. And so, yeah, I mean, but maybe it's a chance for him to look at Lang at right back. But I don't think he is. I've not seen that in him when I've seen him before, particularly. So, but I'm pleased he's got the chance. Pleased he's starting, and obviously pleased for Potts, and particularly pleased for Mubama as well.
Yeah, Guarino saying might be 3-5-2. I think for that to happen, Bowen would have to be the right wing back in this starting 11, which, to be honest with you, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Bowen playing right wing back. What's the point of it? It's just... He's a good goal-scoring form. I know it means nothing in friendlies, but I don't know. Maybe ask Jared Bowen how he's feeling right now. I bet he's feeling pretty confident at the minute. He's got a bit of form, a bit of momentum, 3 goals and 2 substitutes. It's his first start of the summer, actually, Bowen. He didn't start the last 2 games. But listen, it'll be, like you said, it's a big game for Potts in particular. Potts has been giving it large, hasn't he, a little bit, saying it's still Tottenham, whether it's a friendly or not, he doesn't really care. It's a London club, and this is the games he looks forward to, and it's not going to be a friendly match. So I'm looking forward.
You can tell he's a Ponce, can't you? You can tell he's come from West Ham family. Yeah,
you get that sense, But Flynn Downs as well, and then if that sort of thinking is throughout the youth team, you'd imagine Lang and Mubama might have a bit of that as well, actually. So maybe there will be a little bit of bite in this game. But there you go. There's your West Ham starting 11. We'll go through the bench for the Hammers this afternoon. On the bench, we have got Anang and Knightbridge, 2 goalkeepers on there, as well as Creswell, Luziao, Coventry, Sawyer, Chesters, and Skamaka. So bit of a light bench, not many players on there. Quite a young one as well, but that's the West Ham bench this afternoon.
Yeah, I'd like to see Earthy on there, actually. I have to say that.
He must be injured because there's no reason not to put him on the bench.
Well, he looked good in the previous game. You went and saw him last season, played up in Stoke. The under-18s played up in Stoke, didn't they? He went to that game. We spoke to Mark Phillips, West Ham coach, on our Patreon channel as well. We specifically spoke in that interview about Earthy as well. So, put all those 3 things together as well would be nice to see him. He's a player with a lot of promise there as well. I like Sawyer though; he's good. But again, what's his name? Captain under-18s, goal scorer. Yeah, good player. So yeah, look, I guess you can't have them all in there, but I guess I can't really complain. There's 6 or 7 youngsters.
Travelled. I just assumed he did, but he wasn't in the team at all against Perth either. So I don't know. Maybe did it travel for whatever reason? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But look, it's a good opportunity for them in terms of the senior players. All eyes, my eyes on Skamaka, really. Get off that bench, score a goal, look lively.
Phil says Earthy's on the bench according to the club's site. But Charlie's using the graphic produced by the club on Twitter, which does not have Earthy. I'm looking at it now. He's not on the graphic on Twitter. There's no George Earthy there. There's
surely
no
you're
Earthy.
not suggesting that West Ham might have got their Twitter account and their website misaligned.
Well, that is exactly what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting there's an error somewhere. So I don't know why he wouldn't.
Thanks, Phil.
Why would he not be on? It makes no sense why he wouldn't be on the bench. The ticker's gone. That means Charlie is editing. Charlie's gone on to the website.
He's got out.
Hey, there we go. Maybe Earthy on the bench.
I like it.
Well.
I like that. Hey, breaking news. Right, can we have that yellow at the bottom? Breaking news.
It depends if you believe Rob Pritchard or whoever does the graphics for the Twitter account. It depends which one you believe here. They're disagreeing. Thank you to GP for £2 super chat. Much appreciated. That'll pay for 40% of Charlie's fee to watch the game. Just to confirm what Harrogate's saying, you do have to pay a £5. Doesn't matter if you're a season ticket holder or not. It's £5 to watch the game today if you want to. It's available on West Ham's website, but it's £5. You've got to pay a £5. Right, let's take a look at the Spurs team then. This is a little bit Vicario in goal with Pedro Porro right back, Romero and Tanganga at centre backs with Gulli on left back, Skip and Basuma in midfield, Maddison in the 10, Solomon on the left, Kulusevski on the right, and Harry Kane through the middle. There is no messing about.
There's no academy business there, is there?
There is nothing. Well, hang on a minute. Earthy's on the bench according to the One Football app. Well, there we go. That's it. Now, this video is not sponsored by One.
Oh, it's not. It's not.
This video is not sponsored by One Football app, but for you that are watching, if Earthy is on the bench, you now know One Football is better than West Ham's official Twitter account when it comes to West Ham news, right? So when we say it's the best place for your West Ham news, well, it's better than the official Twitter account. There you go.
But don't download it now because we need you to use the links that are under our video.
Yeah, do not go get it. Do not go get it, please. Or go back into one of the videos we've done the other days. Yeah. But anyway, there's the Tottenham team.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what can you say? Yes, it's just a good team, isn't it? Really, full of first team players actually, and yeah, I mean, look, he's trying to build something there. I often feel that maybe when a club have not done so well, or they've underachieved, and Tottenham have underachieved, and when they feel that, and I'm talking about any club here, when they feel they've had a manager who maybe restricts them a little bit, and then they get somebody who comes in and says, I'm going to play with more expressively and play with more freedom, which is obviously what their new manager's going to do. You do see an uplift in them. So I do think we're going to see a buoyant, unshackled Tottenham team here. So it could be interesting. Poor old Charlie.
It's their first friendly as well, I think. I think this is their first game of pre-season for Spurs. It's obviously our third, but it's their first. But you've got to remember, this is Postecoglou back in his home nation. This is Postecoglou's country. You know, he's gone back there. He's flying the flag for Australians at the minute, really. First ever Aussie manager in the Premier League and all that. There's a bit of pressure on him to some extent. He's not going to want to get beat. You can't. His first friendly as Tottenham boss in Australia, he cannot get beat by West Ham. He just can't do it. Like, he'd start off in minus points for Spurs fans and Australian fans. So he's got to win this game. And at the end of the day, he's got to. Well, there's some new signings in there. Solomon, Maddison, Vicario are all in there. I noticed that they had a training match a couple of days ago, Spurs, where it was just 11v11, Spurs v Spurs. But he had a strong team and a not so strong team. And in the strong team, he had Ndombele playing. So that would insinuate that he's maybe handing out some opportunities to players that were perhaps cut out by the previous manager or two. So he's got a big job on his hand there. So I understand why he's gone full strength. It's probably bad news for us, though. Not particularly looking forward to it. Let's quickly whiz through the Spurs bench, though. Tottenham's bench is... There you go. Austin and Whiteman on there, along with... Emerson Royale, Sanchez, Udogi, Davies, Sarr, White, Devine, Højbjerg, Perisic, Lo Celso, crikey, I forgot about him, and Richarlison. No Son, so that must either Spurs Twitter is wrong or Son is not perhaps injured for this one. but he did play a couple of days ago. So
yeah,
but
he was
bench.
funny enough, he was front and center of their media ahead of this match, Son. So I think that's quite interesting. So I think if he's not playing, that would have been unexpected, because when you even saw him, he was all over Sky Sports News yesterday, training, in the press conference, talking about this game, talking about how
maybe Spurs Twitter's wrong as well then.
Yeah, unlikely.
But anyway, that's Tottenham bench. Not just strong or stronger than ours. There's also a lot of players. They can probably change all 11, whereas we don't even have the capabilities of doing that. So.
No. Ours does seem thin in comparison. I don't really think there's.
That's because their international players are there. Some of it, like Kane's there. He had international duty. Look at our one. Like our international players are currently at Rush Green. Paqueta's been given an extra couple of days off for whatever reason, but Agerd and Benrahma are back in Rush Green, so we're missing those ones. But the Tottenham ones that were involved with whichever country appear to have returned early. So
I guess we're only at the start of the season. We do seem to always be behind. This is just a different thing, isn't it? Then it's the players coming back, and yes, their internationals are there, but ours aren't. Just every season we can be a little bit behind.
I think the difference is, though, Spurs are probably thinking, we've got a new manager, we've got to get back early. A lot of these Spurs players will be thinking, well, Ndombele might be thinking, this is an opportunity here. I've been cast adrift from Tottenham. If I go now, if I go back early, Postecoglou might have a future at Spurs, whereas Agerd and...
They're thinking, we've got David Moyes, we're going to get back late.
We'll turn up a week before the Bournemouth game and we'll play.
Yeah,
because they're definitely not signing any new bloody players.
Moisey, you did not specify which Tuesday.
But they're entitled to their holiday at the end of the day, just like the rest of us are. They're entitled to their 4 weeks paid holidays and their bank holidays. So,
sorry, just like the rest of us.
Just like the rest of us, bar me and you. Right, let's take a look at what your comments are. Bobby, thank you for the £5. Let's have a couple on us. That will pay for me watching the game today. Happy days. Mark said it would give us a boost if we can beat Spurs today. Don't disagree with that one at all. Nick says Mubama should take Antonio's place. Think he would smash it, the next academy hero.
Yeah.
It feels like the only realistic one.
Yes, realistic in as much as David Moyes is willing to play him. Yeah, I think so. And at some point, what are you going to give these boys in terms of? It's obviously two things you're going to be worried about. I think, which is experience and physical maturity. Well, he's got the physical maturity. He's a big old boy. He can handle it in the Premier League. There's no doubt about it. Experience, give him some then. You know, give him a bit more. Give him a go. We talk about West Ham circus, but, you know, individual circuses. There is a circus that follows Antonio around now. Antonio is not a low-profile player who just gets on with it. He's got an awful lot to say. There you go. Prompted what was just about to go on to there by Peter. This thing's come up. It's another thing. Yeah, I'd be inclined to just start to play Mubama a bit more, but that's obviously separate to, can he get the best out of Ings and Scamacca? They're two separate things. Who's the most suited to possibly go in and do the lone striker role as Antonio's job at the moment at the club? Possibly Mubama. You've got to test it out. You've got to see it. Let's have a look.
If he's going to play two up front, the thing is, Moyes will know what he's planning next season. I still think the formations we're playing at the minute is just available personnel, and that's that. I think it's just about, you know, playing Mubama and Ings up front together. Second half, we'll probably bring on Scamacca for one of them and then put Bowen up front and might shuffle the deck a little bit and stick with two up front. And I think it's just about the personnel available. And I think we'll see different lineups once Paqueta returns and Agerd returns and Benrahma returns. I think we'll probably go back to the 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 or whatever.
Yeah.
But if we are only going to play one up front next season, we don't need three senior strikers plus one really promising youth striker at the club. We do not need four strikers. It's too much, if anything. I know we've got European football, but even then, it's still too much. We coped fine in the second half of the season. We coped fine with European football and Premier League football without Scamacca. We did. We coped in the first half of the season without Danny Ings, with just Scamacca and Antonio. And at some points, one of them was injured. We coped fine. So we're now going to put Mubama into the bracket of the senior squad. I think there's an argument for letting Antonio go and not replacing him and saying that is our replacement. Mubama is the replacement. And back in the youth, can you imagine Mubama if Moyes turns around very publicly and says Mubama is Antonio's replacement? He's going to have to be patient. He's got Scamacca and Ings ahead of him, but he's now a senior squad striker. He will not be playing under 18s football next season. He'll play under 21s as and when. That's it.
I like it. It sounds good. That's motivating me, you saying that.
Yeah, well, I think you if you can publicly back him and then back him on the pitch by giving him minutes, and you've got 9 players on the bench every week. There's room for Scamacca starting, Ings and Mubama on the bench. There's plenty of room for that. Plenty of room. Mubama's showing that he can play out wide in a front three if he has to as well. He will do it. He's got the work rate. Against Perth, I thought he looked the better of the 3 strikers. His movement was intelligent. It wasn't just like he was working hard. His movement was really, really good. His timing was really, really good. So, yeah, I'm all for it. Balloon says, has Scarles played in these friendlies? Did he feature against Bournemouth?
Not sure.
I don't think he's not. I don't think he's in Australia. I've seen no evidence he's in Australia. So I'm going to say no. Right, let's have a little look. If West Ham are playing well in a front, you're not going to do you think it means a front 2? I don't know. David,
yeah. I mean, suggesting will you change your mind if we do that and it does well?
No. I've seen us play 2 up front in pre-season before under Moyes and look good, and he still sticks with 1 up front. He will not convince me otherwise. I've seen people putting 2 and 2 together in the last 24 hours because obviously the rumours are we don't want Barnes anymore. It's just a case of, are we now switching? Are we ditching the left winger in order to go 2 up front and not have a left winger?
If he did that, it'd be a 3-5. I think a 3-5-2. If he ever did do 2 up front, it would be a 3-5-2.
But then I'll tell you what, though, if we've decided now that we're going to go 3-5-2, that's alarming. If we've got into 20% of pre-season, going, actually, do you know what we had planned for next season? Do you know those transfer plans we had for playing 4-3-3? Yeah, rip them up. We're going 3-5-2 now. Get in Maguire, get in a centre midfielder, and let's go with 2 strikers. Let's do it. Crikey almighty. I mean, he's only got 2 bloody coaches. Has Nolan's influence grown overnight or something because he's now 50% of the coach? And it's like, right, 2 up front, let's go.
I think Nolan's younger than some of these signings.
Andrew says, Scamacca being injury prone, Ings and Antonio being old. We need 4 strikers. Where's Benny? He's been on holiday, so he's back. He's in London at the minute. Ben Rama's back at Rush Green doing his training. So I think the only players I've not seen are Paqueta, Johnson, and Antonio, but the latter 2 will have longer because their internationals were over the summer, whereas the rest of them were at the end of the season. So Antonio and
definitely went back yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah. Ben Rama, Agerd, and Areola were the club were putting them everywhere, and Soufal and Soucek as well, because Soufal came in and he's swagger or whatever doing his thing.
Looking swish.
Just to confirm, Kai, no, there's no free stream. If you're a season ticket holder, it doesn't really matter. It's £5 regardless of who you are or whatever. Gavino said a lot of the youth players were out in India not so long ago for the tournament, so they're probably still on holiday / just back. Yeah, David's saying in a front 2. No, I won't change my mind. We could beat Spurs 4-0 today with all 4 strikers scoring a goal, and I still won't change my mind that we're going to see 2 up front next season. I'm not against it. I'm not saying I don't want to see it.
No, you're saying David Moyes won't do it.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
Yeah. I'd like us to play 2 up front as well, but yeah, I would agree. David Moyes.
Do you think he might be?
What, today?
Not today, like next season. Do you think he'll play 3-5-2?
I think it's the only way you would ever see 2 strikers.
He's always fancied it, in fairness, Moyes. Yeah. He has always tampered with it, or a version of 3-4-3 rather. He's always
Well, the thing is, you can look for all sorts of clues, can't you? So you can look at the Harry Maguire thing, the Harvey Barnes thing you just mentioned. You can look at he could easily commit when I asked about the captaincy the other day. Can easily say Aaron Cresswell's my captain. He didn't. So you can read something, get all conspiratorial about that, can't you? I wonder if that means that Aaron Cresswell's can't be his captain because he's not going to play all the time. Why is he not going to play all the time? He's going to play Emerson. If he's playing Emerson, he might be playing wing backs. There's so many things you don't.
But did you find it concerning or just a bit silly that Moy said he only left 2 days ago? Don't need to deal with it yet. As if we didn't know Rice was away to leave.
I don't believe most things he says. So yeah, he'll have known about it because again he contradicts himself. He also said in the same thing that he said, "Oh, I think a captain's very important." He said Noble. He spoke about Phil Neville, so both things can't be true. I personally find a captain very important. Oh, but I've not given it any thought. They're not both true.
Yeah. Aaron's asking, do you think Potts is ahead of Connor Coventry?
Yeah. I think he's more athletic. I think that counts, David Moyes' mind.
I think, say the transfer window's shut today, next week we've got a Premier League game and there's a spot on the bench. I think Connor Coventry gets it. But I think Moyes has got no faith in Connor Coventry making it as a first-team player at West Ham, where he's optimistic about Freddie Potts. Because it's my own theory, and I think there's enough evidence to back it up, which is Moyes will just play the senior squads, whichever player is more senior will get on the bench. That's why you see 2 goalkeepers and no young centre-back. We'd rather have no centre-backs and all the senior players on there than actually drop a senior player and put Casey or Lang on there and say, well, we're going to have a youth player on there, so we've got every position covered.
Yes, because he would rather move. This imagined scenario, he would rather put a senior player who's out of position, like Souček at centre-back, than he would put a young centre-back at centre-back.
Yeah. James says he's starting to get the feeling that the circus is back in town with West Ham at the minute. Alison saying, "Oh, did you see this, by the way? Our Jordan Miles is away to Aberdeen."
Oh, very nice. Well, for him. Nice up there,
Geo.
Geo. So
Jordan Miles.
He's surplus to requirements.
Do you think he's found anyone but Thomas Souček? Do you think he's just been feasting off Thomas Souček for the last 3
Why not? You'd live off it, wouldn't you? Good on him. Good on him. I bet I'll tell you what. No, but well, actually, I was going to say there's one person. Thomas Souček's done a lot for Jordan Miles. The second person that's done most for Jordan Miles is you. Because you keep mentioning him. I guarantee he knows. I guarantee he knows it. He's thinking, that's probably why he's gone to Aberdeen. He's thinking, they love me up there. That Scottish fella on Hammers Chat. He keeps talking about me.
I've just checked his job title because I was intrigued to see what his job title actually is. And it's Head of Recruitment Analysis at West Ham United.
Okay. You heard it here first. I'll tell you now. Geo, right? Geo will be networking over the next couple of years, and he'll be getting that Jordan Miles interview on Hammers Chat.
I've spoken to him before.
Have you?
Yeah, sure. Do you remember? I said to him, "Well done on getting Thomas Souček," and he replied, "Like, nice one." He did. I needed confirmation that the story that he got Jordan Miles was true. Is true.
That's the confirmation. Nice one. Yeah. Little thumbs up emoji.
That's it. Actually,
that's me confirmation.
That's like. Hang on. Let me.
There you go. He won't be doing the crossed hammers anymore. What's the Aberdeen logo, Geo? What they got?
A red and white circle.
Oh,
a red circle though.
There you go. That's what it'll be giving. Nice one, red circle. Imagine if everybody confirmed everything like that. David Moyes texted David Moisey baby. Probably can't.
Do you remember?
Can you confirm that we're not in for Harvey Barnes? Nice one.
Do you remember we had confirmation of a certain person joining West Ham very recently before it was officially announced? I said it to you.
Did. We did. Yes, we did.
So yes, it wasn't announced anywhere.
He didn't say it.
Charlie, remember? Charlie, you remember? We got official confirmation of someone joining West Ham before it was officially announced. Because I messaged the person, and they replied like, "Oh, thanks, blah blah blah. Looking forward to
starting work or something." Yeah, but yeah.
Yes. So it wasn't announced by West Ham. So in the video, I said about how got this person, and someone said, "Well, you don't know that." I was like, "Well, actually, I do." But I can't tell you how.
I can't tell you that I know for certain that he has told me that he's here, but you know.
I had to say, I had a comment. I don't know why you bother with. I don't know what I'm typing. He might have done it on his phone. I don't know why you're writing all this. It's all just, it's all just speculation at the moment.
So how you type, Gonzo?
Oh, I'm very quick. A bit quicker than that.
Fair enough.
He doesn't type anymore. I just get voice notes all the time.
Yeah, voice notes.
Just permanently voice notes all the time. He's discovered voice notes in the last 6 months, and he's not stopped bloody doing them.
That's unfair.
Charlie,
I think it's been 9 months.
To be fair, I sent Gonzo a voice note from B&Q the other day. He was straight back on it. It was beautiful.
To be fair, Charlie,
don't encourage him.
Voice note.
I sent him a message. It was like a paragraph, and he sent back a 3-second voice note. I thought, what has he possibly said? I clicked on it and he said, "All right, mate, nice one." It'd been quicker to type it than to
record it wasn't. No. No, I will do the path of least resistance. It was not quicker to type it.
No, it was just a voice that said, "All right, nice one."
Yeah.
So I thought I could have a bit of fun with this. I could walk around Tesco and be like, "Mate, I'm going to come round and I'm going to smash your missus's doors back in," and then just push his voice to go, "All right, mate, nice one." But, oh, he's all right with that. He doesn't mind.
Not in Tesco.
So right. Quick couple, and I'm going to go because I need to pay for this. I haven't paid for it yet. I haven't set it all up. Peter's asking Charlie, "Do you like lion bars?"
Oh, yes, I do.
I love a lion bar. Very underrated. Up there with the toffee crisp is the most underrated chocolate bar.
Strongly agree. An excellent chocolate bar.
It is an excellent chocolate bar, yeah.
Well,
have you seen that thing with Chris Eubank? And I think he's eating he's eating Smarties with his son, and he said, "Would you like?" He said something, "Would you like a Smartie?" And he said something like a most stupendous confectionery or something like that.
A most stupendous confectionery.
There we go. Good. I like it.
Greg says the worst is getting a thumbs up after you send a paragraph, unless you send it to Jordan Miles. Then you don't mind.
No.
You just get confirmation that Jordan Miles was responsible for recruiting Thomas Souček.
So if you've asked a question, you get a thumbs up. That's not good.
Jamie says white lion bar not so bad. I have to agree. I can't do it. I've got like a block that says "Do not try this. You will not like it."
I think it's all right.
They've brought out the white chocolate digestive, haven't they?
I've not tried that.
I'll be able
the white lion bar's all right. White lion bar's all right. It's not as good, obviously, but it's all right. White digestive seems scary to me.
You don't only get the soft cookies with the chocolate chunks in them. I like the ones with the white chocolate chunks, but I don't like white chocolate. So how can you figure that out? I don't mind it in a cookie, but I don't want it in a chocolate bar.
Well, it's like I don't mind pineapple on a pizza, but I don't like pineapple in any other context.
Oh my god.
If you pineapple in other contexts, not into it. Pineapple on a pizza and a Hawaiian, yeah, I'm good with that.
Do you know what? I reckon. Do you think they actually eat that stuff in Hawaii? I'm thinking they don't. I feel lied to when I say they do not. This is not the cuisine of Hawaii.
They managed to get rid of it. They were like, no. Yeah, no, we do this, man. Yeah, we love it. We love it.
We love ham and pineapple on a pizza in Hawaii while we're surfing.
Anyway. 50 pence is angry. We're not talking about football. We'll get back to football in a second. Well, Charlie will. Reece says Spurs have gone full strength for a failure. They have, but it's a new manager. It's a completely different situation too.
They have to, right?
One West Ham.
He's got to figure out his best 11. He's got to come in and they've got to change system. They've got to do all this other stuff. So it doesn't surprise me. He's got like the likes of Ndombele and Lo Celso now. He's got to work out if he wants to keep them or sell them. So never mind first 11. He's got to work out what he's doing in the transfer window. Whereas Moyes, hopefully, knows exactly what he wants to do in the transfer window. Whether you believe that or not is up to you. But anyway, Charlie, I'm going to go. I need to go get this game purchased. I shall join you at half time. Cool. Thank you, Geo. Thank you, Gonzo. Appreciate it. Oh, you can stay. You know? I
was going to say, keep me up. Well, yeah, we got better talk about football. Yeah. Sold off. It was all in capitals as well, like the case when it's shouting. I think he's shouting when he typed it. Talk about football.
Like that.
Oh,
It's fine at the moment. It's just explosions.
Jumpers for goalposts. Smell of feet in the changing rooms.
What's your favorite footballer from like the mid 2000s?
Oh, I don't know.
Specifically,
I don't know.
We're talking like 2005, like Kaká's at AC Milan kind of era.
Oh, he was good. He was good until he moved.
He was good.
For 50 million. I think he moved for 50 million, actually.
Yeah.
Big money to Real Madrid. He was better at AC Milan. Great guy, though, apparently, Kaká. Are we allowed to say that? Is that still talking about football?
We're talking about it. Yeah.
All right, just don't talk about what chocolate Kaká might eat. He doesn't look like he eats chocolate. Not an ounce of fat on the fella. Really, really good guy. In fact, he did a lot of stuff over here. He plays in a lot of charity matches over here, actually, and stuff like that. So, he's apparently a very, very, very nice, down-to-earth guy, which is good. Unlike a centre-back we might have been linked with recently.
I don't know which one.
He's right. Well, Harry Maguire.
He
says the words. He says the words. Let's say this now. He says the words. It's been the biggest honour of my career, and I've been absolutely humbled to be given the Manchester United captaincy. I think, you're saying the words. You don't sound very humble. You're saying the words. It's like he thinks it's an entitlement. I've seen some funny old stuff happen in football. I've never seen anybody think they're entitled to be a captain before. Well, oh mate, boo-hoo, crikey, give it up. Do you know what I mean? Is it an honour to be Manchester United captain, or do you think actually I deserve this because I'm so great and I'm Harry Maguire? Why am I not the captain? Ten Hag. I mean, it's Ten Hag. Bear in mind, Ten Hag didn't buy him. Is Ten Hag not allowed to change his captain? I don't care about Man United. I don't care about Ten Hag. To be fair, I don't think Ten Hag is half as good as everyone thinks he is, right? I don't think they're challenging next season, Man U, right? So let's get that right. But he's allowed to choose his own captain without. Oh my goodness!
See, when you talked about him being a bit of a wrong'un, I thought you were referring to the legal trouble he got into wherever it was, Mallorca or whatever.
Well, all of it.
That stuff, yeah.
All of it.
I like the captain stuff. I didn't read any of that. I can't be asked. There's too much effort. Okay. But yeah, you know.
Well, but you do know. So when he released a statement, he's still a Man United player. Released a statement the other day saying they've taken the captaincy away from me, and then went on this long thing. Well, why are you doing that? And then went on to praise Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And it's just, who is advising this guy? It's not the first time either. You know, all that stuff about the haters before, and all the stuff with England, and then I just think, my word, he really loves himself. He really, really loves himself. I'm saying he's the opposite to Kaká.
He's the opposite to Kaká, who loved everyone else.
He does. Absolutely.
See, Ronaldinho for me.
Oh, brilliant.
Just forever boy. I love him so much. Again, all that passport stuff aside, don't know what happened there. Don't pretend to understand it. I'm talking about 2005, early Barcelona, just getting the ballon, just all over the shop, just being Ronaldinho. Oh,
I prefer watching him to Messi.
Do you know? I probably agree with you. I think Messi's a better player. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
I prefer watching Ronaldinho. Yeah. Do you remember when he went AC Milan, right? And this was like obviously past his peak. He enjoyed going to parties a bit too much at this point. He had a bit of a belly on. Right? What a time to be alive! And then they rocked up at flipping Fratton Park in the UEFA Cup, as it used to be called. And I was watching him play at Fratton Park against Portsmouth away, outside of the boot, bending passes, all this stuff. And I'm just like up against Richard Hughes in midfield and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what is going on here? It was a beautiful time to be alive.
I watched him in like the charity thing they do for UNICEF each year, and the big match at Wembley, something like that. Yeah. There was someone hacking him around and all the rest of it. I'll tell you what, he'd had a couple more lion bars since you saw him at Fratton Park or whatever, right? Sorry, is that moving away from football again?
He's enjoyed his life. He
really had, and I was nutmegging people, and brilliant. It just, what a wonderful. I quite like those. They used to do that a lot. They used to have the senior tournaments on Sky, and all the clubs would play each other, and you'd get to see. But there was a couple of ringers in there, weren't there? There'd be someone, so it'd be a bunch of 50-year-olds players who you used to enjoy playing for your club, and then there'd be someone that had just retired, so they'd only finished training 2 weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? They were 34 and brilliant, you know.
I found it weird with that TST tournament that we went to. We sent like we've got like Harewood, Anton Wen, all of them lot, and then all of a sudden, and then just a bunch of like Forson appear, and all these youth players just rocked up at it, just sprinting around all the time. I was like, this feels very uneven here. This feels very awkward. But you know, I should say if you need to watch it, it's on the West Ham website. You have to in the app. You have to pay £5 to watch it. There are definitely ways you can. There may or may not be ones in the Discord. I haven't checked. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. People are at work, at school, or not awake. So I don't know if there's links in the Discord. But there are definitely ways you can watch it if you want. But officially, it is on the West Ham website, the West Ham app, for £5.
If people are not awake at school, though, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
I used to openly call my politics class in college nap time. And my politics teacher, who was the nicest woman, she was so nice. She moved me to the front of the class, thinking it would stop me. No. I remember
asleep, whether you're at the front or the back, eh?
I remember being asleep once, and I was sort of, you know, when you're drifting in and out of sleep, you're sort of vaguely aware of what's going around you, but not really. And I remember the person who sat next to me was like sat opposite me in the front of the class, was like, Miss, Charlie's asleep, and she just went, "I'll just leave him."
Oh, she's lovely.
She was
what
the
a great
best.
teacher. Yeah,
she was the best.
Yeah.
But the teams are shaking hands at the moment, Gonzo. If you want to, I don't know. Are you watching? Are you planning on watching it?
No, I've actually got my son is running in his pre-sports day, the day before sports day, so he's running in his he's got to qualify for the 1500 meter. I think they've got very serious at school. Yeah, he's basically at 11:45. I'm going down to school to watch him qualify in the 1500 meters.
Love that. Well, wish him congratulations when he inevitably does. He's got the Gonzo genes, so I'm suspecting that's going to be an easy qualification. So
I hope, we hope so. We hope so. And we think so, but he can't take it. Can't take it. For, I sound like a bloody manager, don't I? Do you know what I mean? No, but you know what I mean.
Maguire.
Yeah, absolutely. God forbid. No, it'd be fine as long as he doesn't get too cocky. I think it should be all right. But yeah, no, I'm not watching it. Obviously, you're watching it. Well, you have to, don't you? Do the watch along.
Yeah, I'm doing the watch along. We're looking at the benches right now. They're currently about to start. The weird light show is happening. So
the game is starting now.
Yes, we are about to. The teams are about to kick off. The referee is collecting the boys and asking if everyone's ready. So we're about. Isn't
it 7 minutes past 11? When they not meant to start at 11?
They walked out at 11, and then there was a whole light show. They did like performance stuff, and now they're underway.
It's all right. No worries, mate. You know, it's all gone. It's all gone Aussie, isn't it? They're all chilled in Oz. Do you know what I mean? They don't care.
I felt a bit bad. We haven't officially kicked off. Come on, your irons, deploy the boys, all that good stuff. I did feel a bit. When they were doing, they had like, I don't know what. I'm going to get this wrong, but the people who did Aboriginal dances and stuff that they had the thing, the same. It looked like the same guy. I might be wrong. They were doing a sort of thing there in front of the team. They were all sort of lined up, and it sort of zoomed in on Potts, Freddie Potts, who looked like he was really trying to hold in laughing. Like it looked like he was really like trying to like look serious, and it zoomed in on him, and he was just like this, and then he went like this a bit to sort of cover his mouth, and he sort of went, and it was just it stayed on him for like an uncomfortable long time. I was like, I feel sorry for this guy. He's been strung up here by the media. They shouldn't have filmed him, but we've all done it. Actually, I probably shouldn't say which child. One of my children, we got into a lift, and one of my children passed twins in a lift when we were on holiday. And it only went up one floor, and then the door opened, and other people got in. And the thing is, we were like this, and we couldn't say what laugh because I was sort of hoping. I hope the smell doesn't dissipate. Really, I hope it's one of a pleasant one. Well, whatever. And I remember it, and they pressed it, and we were on floor 2, and they pressed floor 15. And I'm like, oh no, they were in it for ages. And the thing is, they would have been really paranoid because we couldn't suppress the laugh, so they wouldn't know why we were laughing. I thought, oh, that was even worse.
we probably should have said, "Oh, it's because she." Oh, I've rumbled it. It's because one of my children farted, right? That's why we're giggling. We're not giggling at you, but yes, it's like when you know you can't laugh, it's hard.
Yeah.
Are we winning yet?
No. Tottenham are just passing the ball about at the moment. Trying to figure out what our formation actually is.
Where's Lang playing?
In defense, it definitely looks 4-4-2. I will say that. In defense, it's very 4-4-2 in defense.
When
we have
Ings?
the ball, I don't know what we're seeing.
Right now, where's Ings?
He is currently. He was just doing that. He was just clapping a little bit there at the boys.
They were clapping 7 minutes ago. He's still clapping. They can stop now.
Well, they tried a little bit of a press, Gonzo, and they all sort of harried it a bit, and Spurs passed it back to defence, and he sort of went as if to say, "Good effort." He's currently wandering about.
Where on the pitch is he?
He's currently in the centre circle. Tottenham are counter-attacking down the left-hand side, whipped it in from Regulon, and just Zuma hammers it away. Yeah, he's centre circle.
Looks different. Postecoglou, they look like Real Madrid of the 1950s now, don't they? Tottenham.
Listen,
like 1970s Brazil. I can't believe how much he's changed them in the past couple of minutes.
Big Ange, he's a wild man. I was going to say unforgiving, but I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Untamed.
Yeah, sure. Why not? He's
definitely after what you've said about them. That counter attack down the left with Regulion or whatever his name is. I say what he's going nowhere now. Kane, is he?
Oh no, he's loving.
We've seen that. The new way, the new Tottenham 2.0.
He's loving life. Jared Bowen down the right hand side trying to do something. No, give me a corner.
So Jared Bowen is not a right wing back. We can say that.
Well, not really. He's not. He's too far forward. It feels really 4-4-2.
Does it?
It feels really 4-4-2. Which is whatever.
Playing in?
No, I can't see him currently. We've got a corner, so it's currently the camera's too far away, so I can't see all of the players. So I can only assume, Gonzo, he's playing in a defensive role.
Okay. So where is? Oh, so we're defending at the moment.
No, we're only attack. We've just had a corner.
Oh, where's Mabama?
You'd be pleased to know it's gone nowhere, but it is what it is. I think he seems to be next to Bowen, although he seems to be the one doing all the running. Which is fair enough. That makes sense. Last game we played the two up front, and Mubama was doing the Skamaka role of sort of like being more in control of it, while the other forward was doing a lot of the running work. This time it seems to be the other way around. Danny Ings is standing there, and Mubama's running all over the shop. It's pressing.
Danny Ings needs to get running, but Bowen can take the day off. He's the European hero. He does. I'm Jared Bowen. I tell you what, it's a good job he hasn't got Harry Maguire's attitude, because he'd be saying, "I'm Jared Bowen." I don't. Jared, get Zlatan. The Jared doesn't run. Yeah.
It doesn't quite work as well, does it? It's not quite got the same.
Zlatan is a good. It sounds like a god, doesn't he? Yeah.
It's the perfect name for it, really. God. Whereas I am Jared doesn't quite.
Nah.
No, we got Divine. However you want to pronounce his name.
That's good. That's a good one. That's a good name.
That's not bad. Maybe we should let's hype him up way too much. Let's get him way too confident, like Zlatan levels of just confidence, and maybe
Bowen or Divine.
No, Mubama. Well, I mean, Jared Bowen, and Jared Bowen's got the confidence. Do you know what I mean? He's got the kids, he's got the song, he's got the European winner. Yeah, he's got that one sorted. We've got the confidence levels there for at least.
Have you scored yet?
Nah, no one has yet.
Where's Potts?
He's centre midfield. He's in the centre circle right now. He was shuffling side to side a second ago. He sits
did he have the ball when he was shuffling side to side? Or was he still
he was observing it from maybe 20, 25 yards away, maybe.
Okay. Who's on the ball now?
No one. Harry Kane's just gone down. It's going to be a free kick to Spurs about 40 yards away from goal or something.
Oh.
So no one has the ball now.
Someone kicked his shin and he's clutching his head.
He did go down very weirdly. Flynn Downs came in and did a bit of the old just barging around with argy-bargy with the arms. And Harry Kane did this weird, fall down straight move. Well, that's a great opportunity for Spurs. Oh, Fabianski, he's just a big man, isn't he? Oh. He's just a big man down that left-hand side again. Just cuts inside, plays it into Harry Kane in the 6-yard box. I'll be honest with you, I'm shocked that ball's not in the back of the net. No, apart from the fact that Fabianski is just so massive.
It's a great catch. Great catch from Fabianski.
He stopped it with his feet.
Thank you for joining in the watch along.
Oh, Danny Ings with a little bit of a back heel. Oh, we're on a counter attack here. This is a really good opportunity.
Who's got the ball?
Bowen's flying through. It's 3-on-3. Jarrod Bowen has options. The cross is awful, and it's going to be a corner. But there wasn't Gonzo. I don't need to get you too excited. There was an opportunity.
I'm excited about this corner.
Who's
going to take the corner?
I wouldn't be. I don't know. We'll see. It's Jarrod Bowen. To be fair, I think Jarrod Bowen. Who would you say is our best corner taker? Who would you say I would say Cresswell, then Bowen.
Okay.
I think Cresswell's probably the best.
Is Cresswell playing in this game?
No, start with Emerson. Bowen whips it in, punched away, not very confidently. That was going to be a free kick anyway. That makes a difference. Yeah, no, Bowen, Emerson. Who do you think is going to be our captain? Do you reckon it's going to be Cresswell?
No, I think he's a buy one. I think he's a buy captain.
You reckon he's
long term? Don't get me wrong. Knowing us, we probably won't sign anyone until, for another week or 3 or whatever. But yeah, I think he's looking to buy a captain. I think half of what that Maguire stuff was about was captaincy, and the same with the James Ward-Prowse. So yeah, I think that. But I'm sure I'll do a video about it later after I recorded the sort of transfer roundup last night. I'm very excited about the Conor Gallagher. That's at 23 years of age. That's it, really. Any 23-year-olds do. No, I really like him. Yeah, I think he's really good. I still prefer Scott, but if we're not, I still don't mind that. His brace against us for Palace was excellent. He's got a really good eye for goal.
Obviously you're much closer to Palace with your boy Marcus as well, so you'd understand him way more than I do. I only see him sort of occasionally. I don't know why I'm not convinced by him. I just at Palace at first the sort of at Palace I probably was, but I'm sort of just getting this vibe of just like I don't know why. There's something about it. But the price, I mean, what was the price being offered? Was it 25?
25, yeah. So
25. I'd take that for 20. For 25, I'd be happy with it. I think
that's a 23-year-old player should play 23. Really, should pay their age, shouldn't you?
Buffon's like 500 million.
No wonder they want 40 million for João Palhinha.
Yeah, there you go.
But I like him. I think he's a good player. It's not just that. I think it's the right demographic to be going for with this Declan money. So that would be really nice if we could do that. So,
who do you want with him? Because I feel like we need someone else.
His agent, probably his agent.
Yeah, that'd be useful. Make it.
Otherwise we're not going to get the deal done.
Well, anyone that's not, good opportunity for Spurs again. Fabianski says no. They're finding a lot of space and joy down this left hand side. I guess Liang's where Liang is, right? But they keep coming down there and then pulling just pullbacks, constant pullbacks for Harry Kane or James Maddison, whoever's running into that space. But Fabianski once again looked at it. He had a thought and then he went, nah.
That's Ange ball, they call it.
Ange ball.
Ange ball
in full effect.
The Postecoglou pullback. That's much better.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Doing that?
Oh, we've countered. And again, we've got a massive opportunity here. There's 2 against 3. Mubama cuts onto his left foot. Poor hit. Straight against the defender. We're getting opportunities. They're open. When they go forward, they are committing.
This may be this is exciting. I mean, for Tottenham not doing well. No, I mean for next season, obviously not now.
I know exactly what you mean.
I don't care about now, but there's really good teams in the Premier League. Fast teams in the Premier League who can exploit you if you leave gaps at the back and hit you on a counter attack.
That's one of his things, right? He's unwavering when it comes to this sort of stuff.
I'll give you a prediction. I'm going to give you a prediction.
Here we go.
I'll give you a prediction right now.
Lock yourselves in. Here it comes.
I'll give it right now.
Here it comes. Get ready. Get your money out.
Aston Villa 3, Tottenham 1.
Oh, huge. Do you know what? It's not the worst prediction.
It's not the worst prediction.
It's not the worst prediction in the world.
I don't know if you can put on it yet. But whenever that happens, that's the one I'm going for. I think from what you're saying, Charlie, Tottenham are too open at the back. We've not even got other international players. None of our good players are there. Well, we know what I'm saying. A lot of our international players are not playing. We've not signed any world-class superstars yet. So let's be fair. They're playing a second-string West Ham team there, and we're carving them open. I
like great use of the word carving open. I think that's very strong. I mean, that's his whole thing. Is he's very like, I have my thing and I'm doing it, and they concede a fair old whack because of it. And I'm looking at it here. Like, don't get me wrong; they're creating dangerous opportunities, and I think I don't think it's entirely shocking that the youth player is being exposed here a little bit, but that's fine. However, the second we have the ball, it seems to be 3-on-3, 2-on-2 really quickly, which is odd for us as well. This is something I was saying about last game, is we were a little bit more in my head, right? Whenever the opposition gets to about the middle third of the pitch, we compact. We like concertina back into ourselves, and we go really just like, you're not getting in the box no matter what. Everyone goes just sucks them into each other, right? Whereas we don't seem to be doing that pre-season too much. We seem to be still staying a little bit out of ourselves and pressing a little bit. We'll go across from Spurs again from that side. Front foul, not gonna happen. And we don't do that as much. And it seems to be a little bit again here where we're collecting the ball sort of in that middle third, where Tottenham is sort of being a bit lackadaisical, or we're counter-attacking. And all of a sudden we have the numbers, which is odd for us, because usually what would happen is we'd be on a counter-attack and it would be like Mikel Antonio by himself, looking around being like, is anyone vibing, trying to help or nah? Which is quite nice.
Is Fornals playing on the left?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it definitely, it's really 4-4-2. It's really 4-4-2.
They're lucky we don't have any pace there, to be fair. Fornals and Ings are very slow. So if they are leaving gaps at the back, they're lucky we don't have quicker players on there, actually, because that could prove a problem for them. Bearing in mind, I'm not watching this game at all. I'm going on what you say there, which is why I'm asking. It's a shame. It's a shame about Cornet. And
what's going on with, because I don't, people were talking about him this morning. Bearing in mind, I've been staying away from most West Ham news at the moment just because I can afford to now. But like, I saw people mentioning his name before today. What's going on there?
It's just horrendous. Oh shit! Whoops! Hold on. Sorry. That's all right. The kids are at school anyway. Isn't it? But sorry everyone. It's just a poor signing. It's horrendous. He's just not ready. He's not fit. He's not. It's a bad. Oh hello. There's a score above your head.
Yeah, I thought. Oh, that's the wrong one. I thought I'd just
What's it, mate? What's happened? Oh, thank goodness for that. Yeah, get me worried. Was anyone else worried then when that came up? I thought, 14-15, that's a game.
There you go. I just saw some people asking for the score. There you go. You can see it now. Anyway, yeah, carry on. Cornet.
What software are you using?
It's OBS.
It's good, isn't it? It's clever. Cornet is It's a bad signing. What's wrong with him? When are we ever going to have a time when nothing is wrong with him? When are we ever going to see him being available for 10 games in a row? I just don't think we're ever going to see it. And you could say the opposite, but you have no evidence. If you want to go against that suspicion, it's hope rather than expectation. I just think it's been a bad signing. And this whole thing about we're not looking at Harvey Barnes, which is fine. I don't really care whether it's Harvey Barnes or whether it's not. But I still would suggest we maybe look at another winger, unless we are going to start introducing Kadua, who I've seen predominantly more on the other side. Again, I wouldn't mind that. But to think we could just go for another European campaign with Benrahma and Bowen as our wide players, and then using Fornals and understudy as a winger, ain't going to cut it. Because I don't think we can rely on Cornet to be a wide player. So with that in mind, I suggest we do need a wide player.
Yeah, I would agree.
We weren't winning yet.
No, the stream is basically gone down. It's currently frozen at 15:03, and I'm watching. I think it's Tanganga on the ball, just stood there passing it. Oh, it's speeding up again. Oh no, it's going mad.
Well, they're fast.
So, no,
they are fast.
No, they're rapid. These lot. These lot. I tell you what, it's like the ball's teleporting. I'm trying to refresh it, but nothing's happening. Yeah, I really like Cornet as a player. When he's played, I've liked a lot of what he's done. I know towards the end of the season where he was playing, getting game time, he wasn't doing much with it. But like, especially in the early stages, it's just something a bit different. And I know like the joke about him being offside is not exactly inaccurate because my man basically lives offside. But at least that's someone standing on that like line and trying to do it with his pace and just going right. Because the second he gets in, he could be, in my mind, he could be offside 10 times in a game. As long as that one last time ends up in a really good opportunity or better a goal, I'm kind of okay with it. So he's like you say, but I think we'd need another winger regardless. I think we would need another winger regardless. Because in my head, he would be a great sort of backup for the right wing as well, for Jarrod Bowen, because we don't really have a backup on the right at all. We're going to play Ben Rama out of position. We're going to play Fornals out of position. It's not really.
No, I hope he does well. He seems like a good guy. I saw him in that promo video. He's dancing with the old lady. Very nice. Seems like a really nice guy. But he's more ringer than winger at the moment. As I thought we were buying a footballer.
It's good. It's good. Solid work. I should say thank you, GP, for the £2.
No, that's another £2, GP.
Can you get a mirror behind you so we can see it? I to be fair, I think copyright we might be able to get away with this one, but I'm not going to risk it because
no, it's not worth it.
Well, because the second it happens, then we are in trouble.
Yeah, we lose the channel, and then we're all in trouble. We're all in trouble. What I would say is, I make this point. It was something that Charlie Woodgate said on a Patreon WhatsApp group. He said,
"Smart man, that Charlie Woodgate."
Yeah. He said, "I've got no problem," and he's absolutely bang on with it. He said, "I've got no problem paying a £5 if we're playing." He didn't give this example. If we're playing Boreham Wood or we're playing Stevenage, I've got no problem giving a £5 if it goes to those lower league teams to help them fund it. The pre-season friendlies are big deal
I agree.
against a Premier League club, and if they can earn 10, 15 grand off it and pay the electricity bill, whatever, it's a good thing." But as he said, what the hell do Tottenham and West Ham need a £5 for? The Premier League clubs, do you know what I mean? It's completely unnecessary. It's taking a bit out of fans, really. They don't need to do it.
Yeah, no, I strongly agree. Anyone asking if it's lagging for me, it's lagging for me as well. I'm seeing a lot of people saying 1-0, and I'm seeing a lot of people say lagging. We could be winning. Who knows? The screen has now gone black, so I don't know.
Hold on. Are people that have paid a £5 having it lagging? Yeah.
Oh, it is 1-0. It's just skipped forward to where it's meant to be. It's us. We scored. We scored. Let's go. Come on. Apparently, Ings scored. Didn't see it.
I knew it. He's been looking fast and sharp. Central. Come on.
We're seeing a replay here, I think, of it. Jarrod Bowen whips in the ball, and Danny Ings, with the hair transplant header. You love to see it. Bosh. No messing.
I'll tell you what, he might have lost a few follicles, but Danny Ings has headed the ball in for West Ham United to lead 1-0 against Tottenham Hotspur, hitting the Postecoglou press on the counter-attack. Danny Ings.
What he's lost in follicle, he's gained in stats. It's West Ham 1. It's flipping Tottenham 0. But yeah, no, we have scored, and it was Danny Ings, and it was a header. You love to see it.
Wow.
I mean, I say you love to see it. Literally couldn't because the stream was so. It just stopped for like minutes there.
We would love to see it,
but
we haven't. What a day to lose a £5. Come on, West Ham 1, Tottenham 0. There you go.
I mean, look, we scored. It's Danny Ings. It was a header. Jarrod Bowen crosses it in. Danny Ings at the back stick. It's the aerodynamics, Gonzo. He's got his head more aerodynamic now. He gets it in there.
I think it's called the Advanced Hair Studio or something like. Oh, mate. So do you reckon they got like many different tariffs? So you can just like have a toupee. Do you want the weave, or do you want the Predator boots, or do you want the sports hair? So that's really good for heading, but getting near post or a little. I like it.
Well, I think this is something we brought up on the last one. Let me see if I can. This might not work. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll give it a shot. Oh, it worked. In this picture, right, from the promo stuff, with the new kit, he has hair. So the hair follicle stuff has happened.
But then
in a very short, maybe, but to me, it looks transplant-y. But maybe he's just shaved it. But to me, it does look transplant-y.
Well, that bit there, he looks like he has enough hair. He wouldn't require a transplant.
That's what I thought. But I mean, it was to be fair, it wasn't a strong hairline. You see, James, you're saying it's an old photo. He's wearing the new kit though. Now, it could very easily just be photoshopped. I'll give you that. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's because Lanzini had lots of tattoos. That's just it's just Danny Ings' head on Lanzini's torso.
Yeah.
That's it. I couldn't I can confirm who's got what tattoo. I've not looked.
It does now say 0-0 on the stream. We should address this.
What?
It does now say 0-0. Now I don't know if
they've not VAR in a friendly.
I didn't see no VAR. The score is now gone again. Will it come back 1-0? Only time can tell, ladies and gentlemen. Listen,
put a lot of energy into that celebration.
Actually, I've just seen the hoarding on the boards in the stadium, and that says 1-0. But currently, we have no scoreline on the screen at all.
Get your money's worth for the fiver, didn't you?
Gonzo, update. It's come back. It says 1-0, but now the stream is crashing again.
I tell you what. You know what? It's just beautiful. What with the misinformation on the Twitter account about who's on the subs bench, this is just slick stuff.
This is beautiful stuff. We're back, and we've got a corner. Ooh. Don't mean to get us too excited, but we've got a corner, ladies and gentlemen.
It's very exciting.
It is very exciting stuff.
Mm.
Postecoglou ball done in. Oh, we've scored! Mubama scores 2-0.
Oh, Carl!
Mubama gets the goal.
Oh,
mate, he rose like a salmon. Nods it home.
He did. Of course he did.
Look at that. He doesn't need a hair transplant to score. Look at that. He's just born with it. Maybe it's made
not salmon, but Mubama Marlin.
There you go. Bam. Short corner, Emerson puts it in. Mubama, that's awful. That's god awful. 4-Nows takes a short corner. Emerson collects the ball. No one tries to come near to him. He just looks up, and Mubama, he just wanders. He just wanders in between 2-3 Spurs defenders, completely unmarked. Rises up, nods it in. Beautiful stuff. You love to see it, Gonzo.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
When it's working. You love to see it.
Honestly, this is wonderful. The Postecoglou press and pullback. It's not looking so healthy, is it? Can you do a graphic? Have we got a Mubama graphic? Can we do that?
No, that's just that was just the team one that's still on Twitter. I mean, he might have tweeted one out. He might be able to do it.
Of course they have.
You say that.
We
still don't know if Murphy's on the bench or not, so we don't know.
No, we don't know. I reckon the stream's going to go back to 0-0 in a second. Oh, there he is. Right, there he is. Hey, they call him a follicled finisher.
There you go. It's not that exciting there. It's just the words goal and then Mubama. They've tweeted it twice. Oh, what? It's all kicking off. They've tweeted it twice.
Of course they have. They don't know because they have to tweet it twice. Then one of them's going to go down. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Danny's looking jealously. Danny DeVito's looking jealously at Danny Ings, thinking, "You follicle bastard."
Danny sort of. He seems to be just sort of letting it lie. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to be too bothered about it. Does DeVito?
I think Danny DeVito would have risen like a salmon, like a pilchard, to head in against that terrible Tottenham defence.
Well, you're not wrong. Honest, genuinely, I don't know what they were doing. Mubama just walked across. He was in a slightly different starting position, but he just walked into the middle of 3 defenders, and none of them even thought about going close to him. None of them even considered it. James Maddison, free kick, 25 yards, straight into the wall. Yeah, listen, I would love to sit here and call it like great movement. I would love to sit here and think, Mubama's his striker's instinct. He just walked into a space, and all of the Tottenham defenders just weren't really fancying it. Bit of zonal marking, and none of them decided to pick up the zone, I guess.
Aston Villa 3, Tottenham 1.
I mean, it's looking more and more likely by the second gone. I can't lie to you.
No, I'm honestly, it's Watkins brace with a bit of Jacob Ramsey, and I think it's honestly it's gonna go that way. I'm really looking forward to this. What Tottenham fan TV is going to be like? It's not them. The boys. What about the boys? They got 2 boys, didn't they? The brothers. There you go. TV. Yes. This is what I was saying. It's funny. I didn't. Yeah. Is that the 2 boys?
I think that's the brothers. I think it is. Bless them. I'll be honest with you. I've never watched. I've watched their videos when people have been like, "Look at this."
Yes.
But I've never seeked out their channel, so I have got no clue
They got the
what their thing is.
They got the thing, haven't they? They got the old what's it, Charlie? They give it the full. You know what I mean? They got all that, and then they make it look like a studio. They're in the back of a studio.
Is that? I thought that was an actual studio. Is it green screened? Again, I've never.
Oh come on! They've not got a studio in their dad's bedroom.
See it. You have to remember. I'm seeing someone recording it and then re-uploading it to like Twitter, and it's getting compressed to hell. So I don't know.
Can I do something?
Yeah, you go.
I don't know. How'd you do? Oh, background. Background. I think I could. Oh no, I can't. Not on mine.
Can you not? I thought you'd be.
No, that's your background. No, I don't know background. I'm not sure how it works. I'm not sure I'll do it on mine. There must be a bloody way. The camera.
Isn't it in settings? If you go to settings and you have virtual background.
Hold on. You talk amongst yourselves.
Well, you'd be excited to know, everyone, that the stream is crashing again.
Virtual background.
They are passing the ball around. I think that's how you do it. Virtual background is settings. They're passing the ball around, Spurs here, trying to find a bit of space. Big spread ball there out to the right-hand side. There you go. There you go.
I tell you, I've been doing well for myself recently.
It's like we are Tottenham TV.
Mm-hmm. Gonna go and play I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles on the piano in a minute.
Is there a piano?
Oh, you can't see it, can you?
Oh, I can't see it. Wait, hang on.
Is there a fireplace behind me?
There you go. Now
on
we can see the piano. There we can see the piano.
I love it.
Yeah.
Tinkle the old ivories.
Like the best of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Are we 3-0 up yet?
No, still 2. Again, they are very committed. They're very committed, Tottenham. And 2 up front, shock horror, is working. No, it's not just you, Matthew. The game has been unbelievably laggy. The one that was free, not laggy at all, was basically completely fine from start to finish. This one, I've seen, I reckon, 70% of the match. And it was £5. £5, which you can't imagine is going to do much for the club regardless. So I don't understand why the hell they're doing it. But there we go.
There we
go. Did you remember? Because, like, do you remember when? It was the two that always stick out in my mind when I think about money in football is Iron Men. When David Sullivan spoke about how little the move to the London Stadium was actually worth financially, he said it's around 8 to 10 million a year extra than what we were getting at Upton Park. And in his words, that was an average Premier League footballer. My God, how times have changed. But like that. And then you have, was it the Bayern Munich? I don't know what his role is at Bayern Munich, but he was talking about why haggle over 5 million in a transfer, like because it's just like, or no, he was talking about season ticket prices. He was like, why would I raise them? That's like an extra 5 million a year, and that would be haggled in 2 minutes in a transfer. So what's the point, sort of thing? So when I'm thinking about that and those sums, how many people do you reckon have paid £5? How many do you reckon have actually paid £5 for this? Because it can't be enough to make it worth charging £5. Do you know what I mean?
I'll tell you, because I've seen these before. You get about... Okay, I'm going to make a guess. You get about 4,000 or 5,000 on their Facebook account if they're not charging for it. And then say that they tend to run it in 2 places, or they used to. So I used to look at it and think, well, that actually is probably... I remember looking and thinking there's about 4,000 on there, a few thousand there. You think it's about 7,000. Who can have paid for it? I reckon about 1,000. So I reckon, I doubt they make 10 grand out of this. I doubt it.
And then all the production isn't done by them, as far as I'm aware.
Well, there's no bloody production anyway. Let's be perfectly honest.
Well, we can't even see it. But I think the production stuff's being handled by the Australian people, because they have like they have different graphics packages, and it's like they call it like the Winter Football Festival or whatever, and it's like a whole thing going on, and like so West Ham aren't even doing that bit. I don't think. I think they're just running someone else's stream essentially. I don't know. It seems pointless to charge for it to me, but whatever.
No. So what's the score? 2-0? Still 2-0. You can't see it. Is it still not on?
No, it's working. It's working currently. It's just
so how's the Ange tactics going? The Postecoglou pathetic press.
Well, they don't really seem to have an answer for our
brilliance.
Sure, yeah, let's go with that.
Can you explain in more detail the whoosh?
Like so on the pitch, so what happens is they get a bit close, right? They start threatening to potentially make it into the final third. And all of our players, they go like there's a black hole has formed in the middle of the pitch, right? In the box specifically, and they all just gravitate into each other. And so you get the 4 defenders, you get your 4 midfielders. They're basically inside the box, just so no one can come close to it. You can't get into the box. You can pass it out to the wings and cross it in as much as you like. Not bothered. You're not getting into the box. And they don't seem to have too much of an answer for that. They were getting into nice spaces and doing the nice pullbacks in the early stages. But since then, and since we've got 2 and we can go even more, we're in. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, well, this is really good. This is really good. I'm gonna have to change things up a bit, actually. Just make me want to wait.
Looks like a train station toilet to me.
I don't know. I got a good.
Looks like Bristol Temple Meads. Specifically,
it's very specific. Cockfosters.
Specifically, it looks like the Bristol Temple Meads men's toilets, the ones where you go underneath the tunnel and then you're about to come back out to then walk out the thing. There you go. There you go. To come out of the thing, it looks like that. It looks like that. So does that. It looks like the Bristol Temple Meads toilets as well.
Yeah, I don't think they're in a real studio any more than I was in a real toilet.
No, maybe not that one, but the newer one seems new. I don't know. I don't. We'll see. It's all. What do you know? What? Hang on.
A couple of fine fellas, aren't they? I mean, let's be fair. It's like Danny Murphy and Gary Lineker.
Sure. Down the right hand side for Tottenham, they play it short, looking to try and cross it in. Ogbonna's shiny dome in the way. Says no.
He don't need the advanced hair studio, Ogbonna.
No, he's never needed. He rocked up dome as shiny as the day he was born, and he's still got it. He has still got it. There is he doesn't, no follicles in sight. And do you know what? He's better for it.
He is.
He's better for it.
He is. Absolutely. And still younger than João Palhinha.
I'm looking at their current setup, and I reckon that's a studio, you know.
It's a lot of outlay, isn't it?
I agree. To be fair, I agree.
Just not spend that and go on holiday instead.
You're very, very accurate. Very accurate. That's exactly it. If you don't already follow Breezy on the socials and on Twitch, best football manager streamer out there. Don't care what anyone says. You take your Dr. Bedge and you shove it. No.
What do you mean a football streamer? He plays Football Manager and records his story.
Yeah, he streams on.
You're lagging now.
Am I? Well, we're having a bad old time.
Oh, so you said he streams, then you froze.
Twitch. He's got a good YouTube channel as well, just Breezy. So subscribe if you haven't already.
Who is who's the wonder kid? Who'd you sign? Who's the one to sign when you start up a Football Manager career?
Breeze, you're currently doing the Paderborn save, right? I've seen. I clicked on it the other day, and I saw. I don't know how far ahead of time Breezy is. I don't know how far ahead of time you are, but I'm pretty certain most of those were regens. So I'm not sure.
Oh, so he might be in like 2028 or something in his career.
Yeah. I think it was 27. I think it was 2027. Yeah. Although I'll tell you what, if you're a West Ham fan, go click on Mike's channel, right? Go click on his Twitch when he's streaming, because Mike will quite happily, Breezy will quite happily just lob in a like, who remembers Luis Boamorte? And I'll tell you what, it'll be a great conversation for minutes on end. It'll be a solid conversation, so I'd highly recommend it to anyone in the chat. Highly recommend it.
Or Luis Rigor Mortis, as we used to call him.
Exactly.
He's Fulham coach. Is he Fulham coach?
He is. I was very excited on the watch along that day when all of a sudden, because I didn't know, and then it cut to the bench, and he was just there. And anyone who was in here at the time will attest to the next 5 minutes was me just going, "It's Luis Boamorte. It's Luis Boamorte. It's Luis Boamorte." Get him back, Gonzo. That's all I'm saying. We need a coach. Walter Lopez. Yes. Now we're talking. Let's talk about him. Let's get in there. Do you remember him, Gonzo?
No.
We must have signed him in 2000. Was this Avram Grant years? Maybe just before.
I don't remember Walter Lopez. I've got to say,
mate, there were so many.
How often did he play?
Oh, I can't remember a game.
Oh, right.
You know what else I remembered the other day out of nowhere? Do you remember
Raz Van Rat?
There you go. I remember Raz Van Rat at all times. There you go. Zola played about 5 minutes. There you go. Best wonder kid on Football Manager is Craig Dawson. You're right. You're right, Deckers. You're right. Strong opinion. Do you remember George John?
George John?
Yeah.
We signed him up.
No, we signed him under Allardyce in the Championship on loan from, I think, FC Dallas.
Wonderful. Oh, wonderful.
And he was a centre back, and I don't think he played a single minute.
Yeah, I think you know what I do? I think I compartmentalize all these players in the filing cabinet under Wellington Paulista. I just think they're all called Wellington Paulista. All of these failed. Sorry, Walter, if you're watching. All of these failed players. He was all right.
Pogatetz, yes, that was it. It was Pogatetz. It was Emmanuel Pogatetz coming up. Clive Clark, the Pardew days. We're here now.
What a football club! What a football club!
We're fully here now. We're here now. Obviously a classic. Marco Bugas, obviously the classic.
Well, you say I know I keep showing it, but I won the Marco Bugas Trophy for last place at the Hammers Chat Golf Day.
I did not see that. I didn't even see it in the chat. I didn't even see it in the chat. Love that.
I don't know why the green screen's blocking it out, but yeah, there it is. Yeah.
What was your score in the end?
Oh, I don't know. The card is funny. The card's still in the car. It was bad. I mean, it was bad. Really, really, really bad. What a great day at Billericay. Great day. Great company. And the golf pro was not only a West Ham fan, but he watches Hammers Chat as well. Oh, honestly, it was great.
There you go.
That, it was. They really looked after us there. Really, really looked after us. I had a great. It would be a very, very bad golf tournament if I won it. Let me tell you that. So I'm really happy. Because there was only 2 trophies, one for winning, one for coming last. But what if I'm not going to win, which I'm clearly not? I might come in last. Get a bit of silverware. You know,
there you go.
They wouldn't. Well, sorry. I shouldn't be mentioning silverware in front of the fellas, should I? I don't know what it means.
I mean, they don't know what it means to watch football at the moment because the stream's crashing anyway, so I won't worry too much.
Oh, well, it's pathetic. They better do a refund. Not Tottenham.
Genuinely kind of mad. I don't know. Tottenham apparently had a chance. No, I don't know what's going on.
How are you meant to do a bloody watch along?
I'm just glad you're here. I mean, to be fair,
I've got to go soon. I've got to go and do the.
To be fair, no, you're staying now. To be fair, the exact same thing would have happened in that at some point I would have said something like Gokhantor, and then we all would have started talking about that. Adam Nowland. Oh my God, signed from Wimbledon when we got McAnuff.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. McAnuff. Yeah, absolutely. Remember Gokhantor when I did the video and I got all the hate.
I do remember. I remember. You want to talk about a classic Gonzo video? I remember when you were doing those like scouting, sort of like whatever videos, whatever you want to call them. And what was Scott Hogan? And then you did the thing where you were like, he's had an injury, and you had his leg, and his leg just moved off the screen.
I swear, I found out how to animate a video, and yes, we had his leg falling off.
It was so good.
I said he's injury prone. Good. Yeah. But a Gokhantor one, as I said in it, I said he represents, because I think, this is a farce when people do it. I don't know England do it, but the cricket team, I know England do it, right? I always think it's a farce when somebody sort of changes their nationality. Right? Okay.
Sure, yeah.
So I said, all I said in it was Gokhantor. He plays for Turkey. He's Turkish international. So born and raised in Germany, but plays for Turkey. So I just played it. I just did that. Oh my goodness. Not happy. Not happy. They were not happy. The Turkish fans who watched that video. Whoops.
He could have done something for us if his leg didn't die or whatever the hell happened. I don't know. What's he up to these days? Do you know?
I'm probably playing football for Germany. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. He's I don't know. He was. It's funny. It was lot was promised. And do you know what you say about the Football Manager? As I remember, I was still doing part of my illustrious FIFA career back then on the PlayStation or the Xbox, whatever it was. And actually, I signed him, and he wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Actually, on the console, not bad. Gokhantor in real life, not so good.
I think I see. I think he had a lot of promise back then. He had promise back then. He came to us. It was like, this is a guy who he was at Chelsea before, wasn't he? And it just sort of never really happened for him. He'd gone out to Turkey. He'd sort of done some bits and pieces. It was a Bilic guy. I was like, all right, this could happen. It just sort of, well, it just didn't, did it? It just didn't ultimately in the end. I've tried refreshing it. It's currently frozen. Yeah, it just didn't in the end. It's a shame, but, it's what it is.
Feghouli was better than he showed.
I thought Feghouli was all right. He wasn't a world beater by any stretch of imagination, but I think in general, he was fine. I thought he was. We got him. He was much better. That was a kind of a coup. I remember tweeting about this. I remember talking about it at the time. I genuinely thought
Feghouli signed him from Valencia.
I think so.
For £7 million.
It was a free transfer.
Was it? You're right.
I think it was a free transfer because he'd left it. I thought he was beyond us. I would have thought it was. If Gonzo was better than this stream, you're not wrong, Logan. You're not wrong. I would have thought that he was beyond us, and then we signed him on a free, and I thought he was okay. It just wasn't. It just didn't quite happen. But then again, we were awful that year in general, weren't we? To be fair.
Yeah, we were. Who scored the first goal? Did he not score the first goal, or was it Kiate?
I think it was Kiate.
Yeah,
he was in the celebration. He might have got the assist.
No, maybe he scored in that the first European game at Domzale or whatever it was. I don't know.
Yeah, because we had the official first game that the club want to talk about against Juventus, but then we actually had a first game which was in Europe against.
That's right.
Domzale or whoever it was.
Yeah. Forever written in to West Ham history.
Which one did we went to? One was that the European match?
We didn't go. Absolutely, we did. Yeah.
Because I remember recording a thing. It was me, you, and Jason in the concourse.
Yeah,
I remember that. I don't remember what game it was though, but I remember recording in the concourse with you and Jason. But I don't remember which one it was.
Good for recording in the concourse. Big old concourse.
It's huge.
There's a lot of space. There's a lot of space, as you know, between the pitch and the thingy. So it means there's a lot of space on the concourse. Monstrous bloody. Thing there. They still can't get you in quick. Anyway, let's not turn it in to that one. So is it still, the stream is still not running?
No, we're getting a bit of action here. Spurs on the attack. Oh, that's a great opportunity to hit it. Fabianski again says no, there's just no finishing. The guy who hit it, I don't know who it was, Solomon, he's down on the floor at the moment.
Crying.
Holding his ankle. Someone came in. I'm not sure who it was because it all happened so quickly, Gonzo, given the stream. I wasn't expecting anything to happen. My brain didn't fully concentrate. I think it was Kurt Zouma, maybe. Solomon's very small. It could be that he's standing next to Kurt Zouma, who is a mountain of a man, but he's very small. He just stood up there, and I was like, "Oh my god, is he fully extended?"
You sure he's standing up?
I can't be certain. It was Jared Bowen went flying in on it. He's made the most of it, but. Jared Bowen goes full stretch. He's basically by himself in the box, just outside the 6-yard box. The ball's played across to him, and I can't believe he's not done better with that. Again, that's another good opportunity for Spurs where you're like, how is that not at least challenged Fabianski? It's literally directly at him. But Jared Bowen at full stretch trying to stop him, just sort of.
I mean, Tottenham should be smashing us here. If you look at the two teams, we have not got anything like.
Bowen, it's a good save. Just as you said that, Bowen, just again, they are open. Their defense is open for business. I'll tell you that much because the ball got played to Bowen and he just started running as Bowen does, just very direct, running at the defender, running at Reguilon, and then just cuts inside onto a strong foot and hits it towards the bottom corner. It's a fairly decent save in the end, but. I got
so
open.
One of my friends, John, is a Tottenham fan. Great guy, John, and they are really frustrated with Daniel Levy. And if they don't get this managerial thing right with this guy, I just don't think there's any case to be made that Daniel Levy has done anything other than improve their stadium. He just cannot appoint. If this one doesn't work out, and that's what I'm saying, he may have all this lovely football, attacking football that he does, but if he is susceptible at the back tactically, Postecoglou, he's going to get found out in the Premier League. And not just when Aston Villa beat him 3-1. There'll be other managers who find that out as well. And I just think it's going to be impossible for Levy to live that down. And it's actually things like this are quite important for convincing Harry Kane. Now, I don't think Harry Kane's going to sign a new deal anytime soon or anything like that. But it's convincing Harry Kane actually give us another 6 months or something like that without kicking off and pushing for the move to Bayern Munich, wherever it might be. Actually, stuff like this, Harry Kane's looking at this thinking, well, hold on a second, West Ham team there that's like basically playing West Ham reserves pretty much. And they're, they seem to be able to carve us open. And I do wonder if this is going to, not work out too well for Tottenham.
I mean, I think he's a man. I think when you look at his career and his trajectory, I think he's definitely worth. I think the manager is worth taking a risk on. He requires a lot in terms of every club he's gone to. He tends to do a massive clear out and just get rid of a load of players that people halftime whistle goes 2-0. Get rid of a load of players who people thought wouldn't have been got rid of and sort of stay in control and stuff, and then eventually builds it back up to inevitable success like he's always done. The question is that, one, would Tottenham allow that? Like, would they be fine with him getting rid of a load of their core players and really just like making a him team? Can you get that sort of dedication in the Premier League, especially if it doesn't work out instantaneously? Are they willing to keep that for a long term? And I think, again, when you look at his track record, the argument should be made that yes, you could do that, but I wouldn't be shocked if they got rid of him. Gio, have you enjoyed watching any of this match at all?
Yeah, I've got quite a good stream now, actually. This is why illegal streaming exists, unfortunately.
I'll probably just switch to that at some point because genuinely, it's
if you check the Addicts WhatsApp group, someone's very handily put in a really good link. So I've been using that for the last 20 minutes. So
that just to be clear, that is the Tottenham Addicts WhatsApp group.
Yes, we wouldn't advocate that here on Hamish
Chat. We are Tottenham TV Patreon.
Well, I can see what Gonzo's doing. I don't know what he's up to. I'm ignoring it.
I'm not doing anything.
Background.
That happened a long time ago, so I'd even forgotten, actually, me and the fellas. Right, I'm going to leave you boys to it.
Thanks for assisting me, Gonzo. I appreciate it.
No problem. I enjoyed it. I'll catch you later, boys. See ya.
See ya. So, Gia, what do you think? Now you've actually seen it.
I'm enjoying this.
Good, isn't it?
I'm enjoying it. We're playing. This is like David Moyes football in its prime. Sit back, defend, but the counter-attacking is really good, actually. I'm quite enjoying whenever we get the ball from a defensive area. We're getting up the pitch quick. I think Mubama's playing really well. I think Jared Bowen's playing really well. I think Emerson's playing quite good too. I quite like it. I'm having fun.
Yeah, I think we're doing well. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised at how open they are, but one thing that I've enjoyed in both of these games now, including the Perth game, is, as I was explaining to Gonzo, we don't very often. We're not doing that as much. Like when they approach the middle third and to our area is a little bit different, but the middle third we don't seem as scared as we have been recently. Like the entire time under Dave Moyes, when people get to the halfway line, that's it. We back off, we get into our defensive shape, and we stick to it rigidly, right? Now, don't get me wrong. When they get near the area, we're doing that. We are very much doing that. But we don't do it as early as we usually do. And that means we can sort of nip the ball away from them in slightly more advanced areas. And having like the two up front and Jared Bowen getting very far forward as well just means that we're hitting them on the counter-attack. And how many times in this game have we been 2-on-2, 3v3? It's been very, very frequent. And it's no shock that we're in the lead. They've created a couple of decent opportunities, like Harry Kane at the beginning of the game. There's been a couple where you're like, you've got to be doing better there. And Fabianski's made one or two good saves, but mostly it's just been straight at him. But outside of that, I mean, it's been easy almost. I'm scared to say it, but it's almost been easy.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The boys are looking good. They're looking like they're enjoying it as well. I think Potts has impressed me with the pitch. Just watching the goals back now, watching Rubama's goal back now is when I'm
really happy he scored. I think whipped into the centre, but I'm really happy he scored.
There's some players that are guaranteed to play next season. We all know who they are, and this should be, by the way, Fabianski, Aguerd, Zuma, Bowen, Souček, Emerson. It doesn't matter what they do pre-season; they're going to get loads and loads of game time next season. There's some players that are in a grey area, like Ben Johnson, Flynn Downs, Danny Ings, which is like they'll get game time, but how much? And then you've got the ones that need to step up: Mubama, Potts, Connor Coventry, these players that probably won't get too many. But pre-seasons is a chance to go from sort of the third category into the second one, which is I'm going to get some game time. Just how much is the question. So for that to happen, you almost need so much evidence that like Moyes just cannot deny it. And I think Mubama scoring is what that has to happen. Mubama needs to be scoring goals, which is like you can't ignore him. He almost needs questions at his next press conference, David Moyes, which is, hey, you've got a striker here scoring goals, 2 goals in 2 games now. Are you going to keep playing him? You're going to keep giving him chances and stuff like that. So I'm pleased for Mubama, because if he was to sort of falter to deceive in the friendlies, it's easy for Moyes to go, oh, he's not ready yet. Let's just leave him out kind of thing. Actually, what we've seen on Saturday, what we're seeing today is that Mubama is ready. And it's not just his goals. He bullied Tanganga in that first half. A couple of times he nicked the ball off him. And Tanganga's a big centre-back as well. Mubama's shrugging him off, saying, no, get away. I'm winning the physical battle here. There's, bar lack of experience, I don't see any reason for Mubama not to get more and more game time next season.
Yeah, I strongly agree. I'm going to head off to the toilet and I shall be back in a minute, but I strongly agree with you, Jay. I think you've got a good mind for that sort of stuff.
Thank you very much, Walsh.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Anyway, right. Craig says it's been a very good show by the lads. I think he's talking about West Ham, not Charlie and Gonzo, but I'll credit it to Charlie and Gonzo just to be nice. I find it brilliant how the shackles are off every move doesn't have to go through Rice. Well, that's a good observation. This counter seems to work. Ralph has been impressed by Potts. Spurs fans reckon their starting lineup only has 6 starters in it. Well, Lloris ain't going to start anymore. Porro will be playing. Maddison, Kulusevski, Kane. To be fair, they're probably not far off that, right? But go through the West Ham one. Fabianski, Zuma, Emerson, Bowen. 4 starters in our team is what I would say we've got. We might have, you can argue about Fornals or who would play up front and stuff, but I think Antonio and Scamacca's ahead of the pecking order than the current 2. So I'd say we've got 4. Frankie said we had an awful pre-season last season, and that tipped into the start of last season. We've scored 12 goals in 3 games. It's been a good start. Hopefully, can take that into the Premier League. Bra says this is a valuable experience for the young lads. He's happy for this. And Adrian says Moyes already spoke about getting some of the younger players out on loan. Unlikely to see him again. Do you know something, Adrian? I don't mind him saying that about Potts, Lang. I don't mind him saying that about them. Mubama is the only youngster I want to see in the first team next season, undisputedly. When I say that, I'd like to see Potts in and around the first team if he remains at the club. The rest of them can go out on loan. I think Mubama is the only one I feel comfortable saying I think he's ready to step up to the first team. So I actually don't mind Moyes saying that he's going to put some out on loan. I think it's important. Scott says Emerson's in form. GP Record says there's positive penalty quality. I'm going to say no. It doesn't mean he's not playing well. He has done. He has played well. But I think there's a massive gap between a pre-season friendly and playing Premier League football. I've not seen enough evidence yet. Like I said, I've been impressed by what I've seen. Probably been more impressed by him than Flynn Downs, but that's because the standard, my expectation for both players are completely different. But yeah, I don't think we'll see Potts too much next season. It depends how many centre-backs we buy, I guess. Jason says, impressed with Emerson this off-season. I agree with that one. Dean's asking who the right-back is. That is Lang. He's the right-back today. David says, don't want to hear Mubama isn't ready. He's done nothing but score all kinds of goals and works really hard. Dan says Mubama breaking through and having a good season will make Declan leaving not seem so bad. Carl says we used to have to look for Rice before. Now the players have a little bit more freedom. Breezy says Emerson has to start at left back. I've been really impressed with him, especially with his performance in the final in mind. I thought he was our man of match, I think. At fault for their goal, but apart from that, he was good. Jonathan says everyone thinks we'll be worse without Rice, but we're a one-man team. I think we'll be better without him. Lewis says, I know it's pre-season, hard to judge, but do you think this is how we're capable of playing when we don't overly focus on the opposition and not losing? I think there's an element of that. I do think there's an element. It's Tottenham's first friendly. It's good. It's enjoyable, but I don't want to say negative things to sort of say I don't enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's a friendly. But it's still against Spurs, so enjoy it as much as you want and as much as you can. But if we got beat today, let's just say we lost 2-0 today, I would come do the review and say, hey, it's just a friendly. Let's take it with a pinch of salt. Don't worry about it. It doesn't mean we're going to have a bad season. I think it's only fair to apply that if we win and say, hey, it's only friendly. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still a lot of work to do, but it's enjoyable. That's where I am at the minute. Jonathan says, Downs is a bit clumsy. I noticed in the last few games he clatters into. See, that's why I'm a bit hesitant with him. That Maddison free kick, it hit the wall with a crap free kick. But Downs gave it away, and it was just unnecessary. And it's just he is a little bit kicky, ankly into. Theo says get Skamak on to get him some confidence. Otherwise, we need to get him out ASAP. Anthony says youngsters out on loan is okay. We can recall them at any time. No, not the case. You can't. You've got to wait till January. You've got to call them back in the January transfer window, which is a good rule. I think that's a good rule. You've got to protect the club. The last thing you want is being a League One side. You take a player from a Premier League club, then like a month into the season, they go, oh, we're going to have him back now. Hang on a minute. We're relying on this guy. This was our number one for the season. You just pinched him. So we have to wait till January. And then you've got the rules, which is they can only play for 2 clubs in a season. So this is why Armstrong Okaflex was a bit pissed off with West Ham, because we played him in the Conference League qualifier, put him to Swansea and took him back. And then when we took him back, he could only now play for West Ham or Swansea for the rest of the season. He couldn't go back out and loan to another club. So you have to be careful loaning players out. It's there's a lot of rules around it, which, like I said, I think is a good thing. Anyway, you're back now.
Yeah, and we have to get it right more often than not. I think that's the thing. I was talking to someone yesterday about this, but the idea of like, I think I like Mubama, and like him scoring is only going to increase his chances, right? But in my head, I'm like, we should loan him out, get him as much game time as humanly possible. Like,
no,
that's probably my idea. But this is my thing. I would say that if we were better at loaning people out, our loans have been consistently so poor for a while now. And I think I said this on Hamalytics last week. I was talking to Cal about this. I was like, if there was one backroom staff member that I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who Bayern Munich's loan manager is. I don't know who these people are, right?
Hey, Bournemouth's loan manager is Carl Fletcher. I can tell you that.
Well, that's very exciting. That's very exciting, to be fair. That is very exciting. But if we got someone who's just really good at that.
He asked me if there was any West Ham under-21s they could loan. This was when they were in the Championship, though.
What'd you say?
I said Agiolisi.
Oh, there you go. Didn't take you up on that offer, did he?
No, he didn't. But, yeah, but I think it's just been polite.
Fair, but it's that thing where it's like, I wish if we went out and like we've got the best loan manager we could find. I don't know who that guy is, but that's one of my most frustrating things. We're so bad at it that I'm like, I almost don't trust us, because then you, like you say, all it takes is for you play him in a qualifier, you play him in that, and then all of a sudden they're wasting an entire year where they can't do anything. They're just sat once again in the PL2 side or the under-23 or whatever side they're playing for, and it's just a waste.
This is what Hardware is saying. Who's gone out on loan and come back to the first team? None. Like, I can't think of any. I mean,
the only one, I think.
Yeah, but I'll give you that one, because I already said there's been one or two.
The only one.
There's been some successful loans, like Josh Cullen and Connor Coventry. They've gone out on loan and done well, but they haven't then got the chance when they've returned to the club. They haven't then gone into the team. Yeah. The academy players that's come through recently is Ben Johnson and Declan Rice. Neither had a loan.
Yeah,
they're better off just staying at the club. And I can't help but shake what Anton Ferdinand said when I asked him about loans, and he said the best thing he never had a loan. He said his loan was playing reserve team football. He's like, but that doesn't exist anymore. He said, but when I was 18 years old, playing with West Ham's injured / players that weren't in the first team up against someone else, another Premier League side. So I was playing up against players that maybe had 20, 30 appearances in the Premier League, and they were kicking me to ribbons. He said, that's how I learned how to play football and how to become a man, essentially. So I don't mind loans. It's just that we are crap at it. Just look at, the Felipe Anderson's probably the worst one. He was such like a high value player. We loaned him out and he didn't play at all. We got him back and he was worth nothing. We had to give him away practically.
Yeah. We can't, and that's something with this crop of youngsters specifically. Like, we hear so often about how good they are. The talk is that they're bad. Like, we're getting rid of the other youngsters who are relatively good because we need to look and focus on these ones. Blah 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 blah. If we don't get it right with them,
I have a question.
Go on.
I reckon Mark Nobles should be doing the loan manager thing then. His role as sporting director, which is essentially looking after the academy, we believe, it'll be his duty then to start doing this. I reckon I've just come to my head. It's literally just an impulsive thought, and I'm not against it.
I mean, he can't do any worse than what he's got right now. That we've got right now. And realistically,
he's someone that did go out on loan, and he learnt a lot because in his book he speaks about how his loan really helped him.
Yeah, it's an option. I wouldn't be against it. He obviously doesn't have a track record of it, so like I would be a little bit concerned. But realistically, I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. Because if it's someone who genuinely understands A, the player they're loaning out, and then B, can understand the club that they're moving to,
I feel like he needs more. I feel like he needs more to do as well. What's he doing for 40 hours a week?
I don't know. He's about, isn't he?
He's participating in training. Stop playing with under 14s and get out and sort some loans out for all his girls.
Well, I'm not against it. That's all I'll say. I'm not against.
There's some substitutions happening.
Yeah,
I've got the Tottenham ones here at the minute.
Davis, and I didn't see who the other person was.
We probably won't make any because we don't really have any players.
No, we've got 8, maybe 9 subs if Urfi is actually on the bench. I genuinely don't know still.
All I see is the same players coming out.
When it cut to the tunnel, I didn't see anyone different. Oh, I missed the mute button. Apologies, everyone. Bless me. I tried to hit the mute button and missed it. But yeah, Spurs making subs.
Sneeze loudly. It's fine. Everyone sneezes.
I know, but it's loud in people's ears and they've got headphones on the way.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, if they were watching, they could have seen you were ready to sneeze and turn the volume down very quickly.
Nothing wrong with being polite to you, you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with being polite. I think we've got the exact same lineup as well. I've just seen them. I can't see it on you.
Yeah, you've got Bold Danny English coming out. He would have been one of the first ones off because Skamaka's the one that would come on first, surely. Him and Cass will be the first 2 subs.
You'd imagine so, right? Like, if I look at the bench, I mean, Skamaka would be on. You'd imagine Cresswell would come at some point, yeah. And then outside of that, it's give or take who actually rocks up. But yeah. No. Well, Spurs have made a couple of substitutions anyway. It looks like Ben Davies is coming on. It looks like Richarlison's coming on. And again, I didn't see the last person. It might have been Højbjerg.
Sarr, I think, is one of them.
Okay.
And Lo Celso.
There we go.
I've seen Lo Celso. I might as well just sit here. I've got it here now.
There you go.
Because the official one ain't working. So
yeah, I've also opened up the one that was in the We Are Tottenham Fan TV group.
ABS Sports.
Yes, I'm watching. Yes.
It works really good.
It must be why we're charging for it because it's televised somewhere. So that must be why they're charging for it.
Yeah, I don't actually mind it, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a case of the club grabbing money. I think it's actually because if they were doing that, they would have done it on Saturday against Perth. They would have charged for that as well. It's Saturday morning, loads more people are at home able to watch it. So I do think it's probably like someone sold the rights to this. It's a big game.
I guess that's what it is, right? And it's the Australian. I don't know who's running the Winter Festival Football Tournament or whatever it's called. Probably just make some money off it while they can. Why not? It makes sense, right, for them.
Yeah. Apparently, Spurs have done 11 subs.
They've done all 11.
Apparently, but I'm trying to.
What's your timer at the moment?
46:05.
46. Okay, so you're about 25 seconds ahead of me.
I won't wind you up. I promise you.
That's fine. I don't mind. I'm trying
to figure out. There.
I'm sure I saw Højbjerg.
But Charlison's up front. Oh, Yeah, I think they've done all 11 subs. I'm looking at it now. They've got Perisic on the left, but Charleston through the middle. They've got Højbjerg in the middle of the pitch. Emerson Royale's at the back. So, yeah, Tottenham have changed the whole team. Which I'm not surprised they were crap.
It's a good ball into Richarlison there. And again, just another opportunity where you just look at it and you think, how are you not converting this from Tottenham? Richarlison down the right-hand side, pulls it back for Perisic. Their pullbacks have been dangerous. They've got into consistently good positions for pullbacks today, Tottenham, but just none of them have been anywhere near clinical enough. Nice through ball. Richarlison steams down the right-hand side and pulls it back and just... I mean, Liang does well to get in ahead of Perisic there and stop that, but still. Yes, there are definitely ways you can watch it. CBS Sports are showing it.
We would never recommend using CBS Sports, but apparently CBS Sports have got a really good HD stream right now.
Yeah, we would never.
I'm using the official £5 one.
Yes, yeah, 100%, definitely doing that.
Definitely, it's not buffering for me. Hope I'm going to get a refund. Do you reckon we're going to get refunds?
That's what I was thinking. They must do, right?
The club did tweet out saying, like, sorry for the issues or whatever. So if you acknowledge it's crap, that means you've then got to do something about it, right?
Yeah, you'd imagine so, right?
I mean, if you break something in the store and say, sorry, that was my fault, then there's an expectancy that you're going to then pay for the damages that you've just caused.
You'd imagine. But, I mean, it'll probably be in, like, club cash or whatever, so... You know, when you
in terms of conditions, if stream freezes, tough.
You get £5 off the £700 home shirt that they've just brought out. You know,
a kangaroo chewed through the cable. Sorry.
There you go, Geo. Some classic Australian banter there.
That's all I've got. It was that or koala. That's all my.
Is that all your Australian knowledge done? Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Got no more Aussie stuff to go.
It was Harry Kewell specifically.
Mark Reduca as well.
All of the boys. Yeah, who was your favourite? I know this is not pertinent to the match, but I asked Gonzo when the stream was dying, we couldn't watch anything, so I'll tell you now. Who was your favourite footballer of the mid 2000s era? So the example I was giving to give you some sort of headspace was Kaka's AC Milan still kind of era.
Thierry Henry. There was only ever two non-West Ham Premier League players I really liked, and that was Henry and Beckham.
I respect. Henry was so good.
I mean, for context, I was still at school, so it's not like I probably didn't understand the tribalness of football back then. You don't, do you? As a kid, you know who you support. You're told to support that team, and you do. But I think it's more innocent to admire players when you're younger because you don't understand what you're doing, really. So when I liked watching Henry and Perez, it was sort of like, what's the problem with it? I didn't understand that I wasn't allowed to like how Arsenal play football.
I think you still can if you want to.
Yeah, you know but yeah, Thierry Henry was probably my idol back then. Do you know
what it was? It's because he wasn't just. It was just the stupidity of the stuff he did. Like that goal, I think it was against Man United, the one where he's backing up against the defender and flicks it up, turns around and smashes it into the corner.
It's just
you just watch it, you're just like, how you doing?
He did it against Spurs at Highbury, very like what Di Canio did at Stamford Bridge, where he sort of juggles it 2 or 3 times and it just belts it. And you're like, what? And then that one against Spurs, where he picked the ball up inside his own half and just ran through half the team and just slotted it in. Then he slid on his knees and was just like, So, well, crikey. What a player he was. Anyway, it's all Tottenham so far. Who was that?
Good hit again. I don't know who that was.
Emerson Royale.
Emerson just hit it over. Little volley, open up the foot. I think that's where I'm at now. How in time am I now with you?
Yeah, I don't know. The time's gone off my thing. I'm seeing a replay.
The replay, yeah, the replay.
But we both spoke about volley at the same time. I've seen about 8 replays of it now. So
yeah, give us another one. Oh,
wasn't that good?
There's Ange reacting to the volley.
Yeah, we're on the same time now. Perfect. So yeah, for anybody that's come in. It's just been all Tottenham in the second half. We're 6 minutes into the second half, just all Spurs. We haven't got our own half at all. Moyes is hanging on for the 2-0 victory in this pre-season tournament. Getting some credit in the bank.
I mean, it's a pre-season friendly. Ball over the top for Richarlison. Header goes wanting. I don't necessarily blame him, to be fair. I don't think we need to come out and go full force. We've got 2 goals. We've done our job, and it's now just a case.
I think,
of just
depending, this is good. This is good training for A, defending, and B, counter-attacking. Like, if this is how he's going to want to play next season, counter-attacking football, which is what I think he'll do. I think we're going to go back to sort of just like old school David Moyes. And then it's a good practice for it. Nice little morale boost as well. And even though some of the more senior players, Ogbonna might shrug it off and whatever, you know, we've just heard Potts speaking about how important this game is. And I don't think you can underestimate that. I believe him when Potts is saying this is a big game. I believe him that he means it. And there's a big crowd there as well. It's all fans singing. It's all West Ham fans. I haven't heard a Spurs song once yet. It's just West Ham. So is there 50,000 there today? Did I see that right?
It's definitely more than Perth, the Perth match. The Perth match was just the lower bowl, whereas this one's got at least the second bowl going as well. So there's quite a lot there.
For some reason, I believe there's 50,000 there today, which is massive.
Charlton plays out to the left-hand side again, just looking to cross it in. They focused a lot down that side. It made more sense. When Liang's there, it makes sense. They sort of had a lot of joy in the early stages of the first half, finding the space in and around him. But I don't know, we're dealing with it. We're just dealing with it right now. It's quite nice to watch. Not much stress going on there. It's going to be a corner, though, to Tottenham. On their left, our right, Perisic to take in swinger. Big Angelo Ogbonna in his shiny
and they've still done nothing.
Yeah, I know. None of their corners have been particularly dangerous.
Anyway, Adam's asking how you're thinking about Mubama.
I'm really liking him, to be honest. I think he's doing exactly what he needs to do to get in his foot in the door. Getting a goal helps, but I also just like, I don't know, he doesn't seem out of his depth at all, really. He doesn't seem...
Well, what I will say is when we are defending like this, when we get the ball, I hope it's him we're aiming for and not Danny Ings. I'm more confident in Mubama holding it up and bringing Bowen into play than I am Danny Ings doing it.
That's a fair point, yeah.
Zuma's down. Oh, no.
I just don't think he looks out of place. Yeah, Zuma's currently down. The ball was played over the top for Richarlison, who was offside in the end, but he was in a foot race with Zuma, and they both sort of... As Richarlison takes a shot, despite being offside, and straight into Fabianski, he falls down in a really awkward way and just clips Zuma's foot. His studs clip his foot, and he goes down. Hopefully, he's back
He's up. He's limping, but he's always limping. Doesn't count.
He's moving gingerly, but that's nothing new. It's nothing new. Kurt Zuma is back up, so we're all right.
Maybe he's just time wasting, hanging on to the win in the friendly.
Yeah, you got, bit of the old mind games. Why not?
He's pulled his socks up, Zuma has, so he's got a lot of stripes on his legs.
How do you feel about the striped socks? It's been a contentious point.
You don't care about
kits at all.
I don't care about. I've never cared about strips at all. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. But listen, it's always going to be clout boot. Would I prefer to have white shorts? Probably, but I'm not that bothered. I'm not. Do you know what I mean? If you don't get any points for having the nicest looking strip in the league, I've got more of an issue with the cost of the strip than the look of the strip.
Yeah, the cost is just bananas.
Yeah, I mean, 75 quid or whatever, but also £20 more expensive than Burnley's, and we both got Umbro. It seems a bit of a piss take, quite frankly. And I know they're trying to say it's like because we're a London club, we're keeping in line with the likes of Chelsea and Arsenal. Well, in that case, then let's go spend as much money as Chelsea and Arsenal. Then, if we're going to copy them and we're going to base what we charge fans based on what the other London clubs are going to do, well, I expect us to use that rule of thumb for everything. I expect us to be challenging for the Champions League and bringing in world-class players. Then, please, Mr. Sullivan.
I know. I can't That's why I don't buy shirts. It's just too
expensive.
expensive.
That's the big difference. That's the big difference, though. Arsenal can almost justify what they charge because they can say, well, hang on a minute, look at all the money we're spending on players. We've got Champions League football now. So there's almost like a justification there, whereas our lot just point at it and say, well, we're in line with what Chelsea and Arsenal do. Yeah, but our football ain't.
Scamacca's getting ready to come on.
What Brentford do then, mate?
I know. 20. The stats at the top there are just quite funny. 28% possession for us when we've had 3 shots and 2 have gone in. Tottenham have had like 19 shots or something. It just said so. It's going strongly, but Scamacca looks like it's going to come on. I just can't. I that's why I just can't buy shirts. They're just too expensive. It's not worth it. After we won the Europa League, I was speaking to my girlfriend about it. I was like, sorry, Europa Conference League. I was like, I want to get the shirt now. Just to have that shirt, like the one we won in. And I'm like, I looked at the store, and even then it's 65. I'm like, I'll wait until inevitably there's a clearance sale and they're trying to get rid of them because I suspect they probably bought in quite a lot when we won for that exact reason. And at some point, they will have to get rid of them. So I'll just wait because there's zero chance of paying that much. And then the new one comes out, £75. No, not happening. It's just madness. It's just madness. And you think about it from like an individualistic point of view, from just like me, just buying stuff for me, whatever. Imagine if I just got kids. Like Gonzo, right? Imagine you buying shirts for a couple of his kids or whatever. It's just mad.
For those watching, Gianluca Scamacca has just replaced Danny Ings.
And Mubama is also coming off for Sawyer, I believe.
Yes, I think it is.
He's in the 50s, so
the junior. The worst thing is the junior kit. I've seen someone tweeting the club today. It's £55 for the junior kit, like the baby infant one. You don't get the socks anymore. It's just the shorts and t-shirt. So they put the prices up and took the socks away.
It's madness, isn't it? It's actually genuinely insane.
I wouldn't mind if it was like Brentford. Brentford might charge the same price as we do, but Brentford have a kit for 2 years. So Brentford have a 2-year kit.
Oh, do they still have the old style like 2 kit home shirt?
Yeah, they have. They still have the same shirt for 2 years now, which I think is fine. That justifies it. They've just clipped the post.
Richarlison's just hit the post. He manages to find his way in. It looked offside for a second, but the flag stays down, and it's a glorious opportunity. And again, just under pressure from I think it was Kurt Zuma again. It's what's his name? It's Liang, and he's falling over as he tries to finish it into the top corner. It hits the outside of the post. Goes wanting, but Tottenham are feeling more dangerous now than they were. Trying to figure out have we stuck with the 2 up top with Bowen up front? He looks to be very far on the right hand side. So
it's kicking off now. Bonner's got an issue with someone.
The dome's in. The dome's in there. He's charged in.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. It was a bit of a naughty one from Emerson Royale. There's been a couple of tasty tackles gone in this game, mainly by the youngsters, mainly by Potts and Mubama. But that one from Royale was a bit. You don't need to do that. He's well late going in on Emerson, and Emerson's unhappy with it. Now Bonner's rightly saying, "What on earth are you doing? Why are you
in a pre-season friendly? There's no need to like dive in like that."
Yeah, you can see Fernal saying the same. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? We're both Premier League clubs. Let's just chill out a bit. And
maybe
that's just Emerson Royale. He does it every week. At least he's taking the game seriously. Oh, he got booked.
I was shocked in the last game. Who is it? Someone got booked for dissent.
Downs for gobbing off at the ref.
Wild in a pre-season friendly.
Maybe he called him a koala molester.
Again, there's Geo with some Australia bands for front. There we go. There we go. Maybe we have stuck. I can't tell if we stuck with 2. I mean, look more central now. I don't know. We'll see
when on Saturday, Sawyer went up front-ish. He was sort of like striker, but on the right. He's on the left-hand side here. I can see Sawyer on the left here.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going 4-2-3-1 now, with Fernal's in the 10.
Yeah. Bowen on the right, Sawyer on the left. That's exactly what I'm thinking, yeah.
Which means Scamacca's come on and gone up front on his own. So Scamacca's been watching a 2 up front partnership for nearly an hour, and he's thinking, I'll have a bit of this. And he comes on and is like, you're up front, you're your own, mate. On you go. We're going to just defend now, John.
Enjoy yourself. Have a good time.
Now Moyes is taking it serious for the penalty. He puts Scamacca 15 yards up front on his own and belt at him.
Now we're trying. Now we're giving it a shot.
Now we're making it realistic.
He's got to the hour mark. He's 2-0 up, and he's like, right, lads, Moyes ball. It's time. Scamacca, get on there, lads. You're being isolated.
Maybe he just said, "You want to play for Mourinho, do you? Well, this is what Mourinho does, so have a bit of this." Do you still want to play for Mourinho? Eh? Can't hear you.
Scamacca getting excited to come on. Oh, who's going to partner me, boss? Good one. Yeah, anyway, go on. And on you go, lad. Good luck. Have a good one. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's exactly what we've done. 4-2-3-1. Sawyer on the left, Bone on the right. Because Bone's way deeper. Yeah, it's 4-2-3-1.
Grinding out a 2-0 win in the friendly.
Listen, it's Spurs. Potts said it. It's still a derby. Doesn't matter if it's a preseason friendly at the Optus Stadium in Perth. This matters.
Teddy, calm down.
This matters.
Can't wait for him to do one sub at a time. But every 5 minutes, Moyes is going to stop the game to do a sub.
That's what I want. Listen, if you're going to go for it, go for it full hog. You know, really, really, really get in there. You know, literally as the next sub comes on, the next one starts getting ready to come on. Let's really grind this. You know, I'm here for it.
He'll get Cresswell on because Cresswell likes a little bit of shit house.
Yes.
Who's this guy with the ball? Who's that? Is it Sarr?
Not sure. I saw Sarr earlier, but he was on the other side, wasn't he? Oh, it's Uduk. He's supposed to be great. I've never watched.
That was a bloody good run, I'll tell you that. That got me out of my seat there.
You hear of all the time. Who was he playing for before? Was it Udinese? I think it was.
I have no idea. He made me lean forward, Charlie.
Yeah, left back. He's one of these names that just sort of gets mentioned a lot, that I see a lot of someone who is making their mark in the European game. You go, oh, that's someone to keep an eye on, and I just never did. And then they bought him and loaned him back. I think it was Udinese. So this is his first year at Tottenham fully. There you go. He's a beast on FM, apparently. So there you go. Be interested to see what Ange does, because he's not a I don't know. I'm just interested to see what he does. It's a glorious opportunity. They fluff their lines again. Richardson hits it, deflects. It's going to be a corner. Another glorious opportunity that they just waste. Ball got played in to Richarlison, who then lays it short to Lo Celso, who just can't get the control, who lays it back to Richarlison, who hits it. They've taken the corner short, and they've worked their way all the way to the other side. Fired in. Fabianski easily collects that.
Fabianski's having a very good pre-season, isn't he? Very impressive Saturday, very impressive today.
What do you reckon is going to happen with Areola?
I think we'll have the same again next season. Fabianski, Premier League, Areola, Europa League. At the end of the day, like, while some players are like, Areola was entitled to go and have his holiday and stuff. I don't have an issue with him doing it. But I do think, bearing in mind that he isn't the number one, if he had to come back a week early, that's all he would have had to do. Come back, I say a week, he could have come back a few days early to go out to Australia with them. He might have got a half on Saturday and started this game and been able to impress. But because he's not turned up, which is, again, he's entitled to, Fabianski's now had 2 solid games. And if Moyes was perhaps deliberate in switching him for this season, it's probably enough to think, you know what, I'm going to stick with Fabianski. I trust him. He's my number one. I'm not going to switch for the sake of it. I'm just going to stick with Fabianski.
I mean, you can't. I mean, again, if this is a moot point, I admit, because, oh my God, look how isolated Scamacca is. It's literally no one within 25 yards of him. This is obviously a moot point because this isn't the case. But if the season was starting next weekend, Fabianski wouldn't even be in a shadow of doubt. He'd be straight in. Again, moot point because we've obviously got to go and do other preseason friendlies all over the place. We're trotting about. But, you know, he looks really, really good. And I just wonder, I think last season there was a lot of talk about Areola not starting and his role in the team and everything else. And I was always like, I suspected he would be fine with that. I suspected Lexi this season would be the one he would be targeting as being the first choice. I wonder how long he gives that. Because he's good. He's more than good enough to start for a team. He's not. We've essentially got 2 first-team goalkeepers.
Yeah, we do. We've got 2 number 1 keepers.
So he could very easily go somewhere if he wanted to. He could find
Areola. And Wolves apparently want him because Jose Sá's on his way out, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
Supposedly, yeah. I think Forrest were looking at it. I think Forrest were trying to get him or Dean Henderson.
I saw Forrest being linked with Dean Henderson earlier today.
Because Navas was only on loan as well, weren't he?
Yeah. Another good opportunity for Spurs. Devine hits it, saved by Fabianski again. Spurs are just lining up now at this point. I don't think we've had a shot in this second half yet.
Charlie barely been out the half of the second half. We've barely crossed the halfway line. Never mind of a shot.
Ball gets played across from Perisic on the left hand side. They were all lining up. None of them can hit it, and then Devine at the far post smashing it.
Apparently Spurs changed 11 players at half time. I'm still waiting for confirmation that they changed the keeper because I haven't seen him yet. It could still be the same one for all I know.
It's a fair point. Spurs 11th corner of the game. Play it short, playing it around, looking to play it in. Hits it! There you go, it's in. It's 2-1. Lo Celso with the finish. 2-1. Spurs score with 22 minutes to go.
I mean, it's only a friendly and all that, but it's been coming, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, hugely. Like you say, we've basically done nothing this half. And they've just been lining them up.
Lino is flagging for substitution. Must be
played into the box. Headed down to Lo Celso, who's unmarked.
Good finish.
It's a really nice finish, to be fair. First time on the volley, just smashes it past Fabianski in between the legs. It's a really nice finish, to be fair. Like you say, it is only a friendly, but it has been coming.
Lo Celso with a typical Australian goal, down and under. I'm sorry.
I mean, it was good. I'll give you that. It was actually good.
Chesters has replaced Flynn Downs for West Ham. Don't know if there's been any more subs, but that's certainly one of them. Chesters has come on which is interesting to see where Chesters is going to play. Maybe we'll just keep him in the middle of the park.
Or he moves out to the right and Fornals goes in the middle.
Fornals is in the number 10 role currently. So
so maybe he drops deep and I don't know. Maybe we go back to 4-4-2. Bowen moves up front, Chesters moves onto the right, Fornals moves into the centre.
If you ever want an indicator that corner commentary probably has no future with David Moyes, I think this is a stronger one you're going to get.
Yeah.
He didn't get much time on Saturday either, Coventry, did he?
No. Do you reckon he's going to do you reckon he'll be Josh Cullen 2.0? Go away and actually do something?
No, I'm not as confident in him as I am Josh Cullen. I think he'll have a good career, which is like championship level, maybe a bottom half championship club. And there's nothing wrong with that. You've still done really well.
Good ball in again there. Just hooked away at the last second, but it was a nice ball in. Jesus Christ.
I think you're right, by the way. I think Fornals has gone into centre midfield and Chesters has gone into sort of like the number 10 role. But then this is where it's like, just if you're going to do that, just put Earthy on. Just put the number 10 in the number 10 role.
Is Earthy on the bench? Do we know? Is this a thing?
Yeah.
Do we know?
Oh, well. If you're watching a stream, watch it now. It's 2-2. It hasn't happened yet, but it's 2-2. So focus, Charlie. Yeah, just focus.
Played in.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, Uduji, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He scored one of the stupidest things I've seen in a while. Ball gets rolled in from the corner. He makes a run to the front post. Oh, he barely moves, to be fair, but he goes to the front post ahead of Scamacca.
Scamacca doesn't follow him.
And he just sort of
flicks it.
Ball comes in, he just sort of goes. It just sort of bounces off the top of his head, loops over into the goal. It's 2-2. It's oh, that's stupid. 2-2. 2-2.
I was enjoying this at halftime.
Yeah, I liked it more when I couldn't watch it, It's great then. Yeah. Vibey. Every time we came back, we seemed to have scored another goal. It was great. Second half I've been watching it, and all I've seen is just Tottenham on top of us. Well upset.
I mean, Scamacca's doing himself no favours there, is he? He just stood still.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like he made a nice run originally, but when I watched it on the replay, he takes 2 steps on him, forward. And he takes 1-2 steps forward, and Scamacca stayed still. And there you go. I mean, I've always said Scamacca's not good in the air, but that's when he actually tries. There's nothing there. There was no attempt there whatsoever. Yeah, they have changed goalkeepers. They've got Austin in goal now. There you go. He just touched it. Saw him with my own 2 eyes. Yeah, Moyes has made a couple of subs. Scamacca's obviously come on. Chester's has come on. And Sawyer has come on so far.
Still 20 minutes more. Can we just call it full time? Can we just stop the game now?
Good run out for everyone. We all just agree that we've had a nice day. We've got some training in, and we all just end it here. That's a nice flick, though.
This is where Scamacca's so frustrating. That touch there is just a nice, gentle, perfect little touch into the run of Sawyer, who kind of killed the attack dead, but
that's what he's there for. He's not a defensive guy in any way, shape, or form, because he's not good in the air. So there's no point in even being there, apart from he's quite big. But if it doesn't matter how big you are, if you're not going to challenge for a header, then what's the point in him being in there in the first place? There's none, right?
I do not disagree.
Udogie.
Yeah, but Dan said it's Udogie. Udogie.
I probably trust James's pronunciation there phonetically a bit more than Udogie, but
what's wrong with Udogie?
His first name's Destiny. Destiny Udogie.
Clearance says West Ham 26. That's a clearance every 3 minutes. That's quite good. I wonder if they're watching this at our screen. Do you reckon Ben Mama and that are currently just in a porter cabin watching the game? They'd be forced to watch the official stream. They'd have the broken version. Imagine Tim Steiden's got a potential signing in his office. He's just got the game on in the background, and he's like, "Yeah, we're currently being Tottenham 2-0." It just goes black. What happened to the screen, Tim? It's gone down, innit? Well, that's what we do at West Ham. Charge over in a 5 when it breaks.
Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you.
Tim trying to plug his Fire Stick in quickly. Load up CBS Sports.
So don't worry, lads. I've come prepared. Just whips out the Fire Stick, lobs it in,
James says his brother's called Me Doggy.
You doggy, me doggy.
Do you think his Australian cousin is You Dingo?
There we go. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. It's like, what's his name? Tammy Abraham's brother's literally called Timmy, isn't he? Timmy Abraham.
Yeah. Gonzo didn't believe me.
He's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, Tammy and Timmy.
He signed somewhere, didn't he? He signed somewhere random recently, I think, Timmy.
Yeah, he's like a League One team, like Cheltenham or something. I don't know which one.
I saw his name pop up and I got very excited. I was like, oh, there he is.
It's a League Two side, Darlington or something. There's like it's like a poor EFL team, but he's definitely like a semi-professional footballer at worst.
Yeah.
Timmy Abraham.
Timmy Abraham.
Just like, hey, when you order Tammy on wish.com.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out Timmy
28% possession, 26 clearances, 3 shots. Peak David Moyes.
Time to be alive. What a time to be alive. We're back, baby. You thought we went away in your dreams, mate. We're back and we're ready to do it all over again. Let's go.
Hope you all enjoyed that 6 weeks between the Conference League final and today.
This is what I was saying, man. Every video we did, every charters I had, I'd be like, look, I'm just enjoying it now because I know I won't soon. So I'm just enjoying life now. Everyone's getting stressed about stuff. I was like, trust me, just embrace life now when you have the chance because now we are back. We are back once again, like the Renegade Master himself.
Anyway, there's a few booms coming through. So I don't know if we've made it 32 or something. I don't know, but we'll wait and see. But anyway, while you're all here, please do drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new to Hammer's Chat. And I believe it's 3-2, Charlie. I believe we've got a third, so time to focus. Because I think Gianluca Scamacca has redeemed himself at the other end of the pitch.
That's a good ball through to him, to be fair. He's through 1v1. He doesn't have the pace, but he does have the finish. It's good. It's good. It's good. The ball through from Fornals was really nice. And Scamacca through 1-on-1. He didn't have the pace to tear away from the Tottenham defenders by any stretch of the imagination. They were catching him slowly. He slots it home first. Gianluca Scamacca, 3-2.
He nearly briefly smiled for 2 seconds as well, but he didn't.
He threatened her. He threatened her. He didn't quite get there. He just did a little clap.
That is a lovely ball by Fornals.
So
he's got no time for Fornals, and it's just that keeper's crap. Is that Michelle? It can't still be Michelle Vorm, is it?
No, it's Austin. Keeper? I can't remember his first name. Something Austin.
He is rubbish. He literally just lay down.
Love that for him. Bosch. He might be isolated by about 25 yards, but it doesn't matter. Bam. Have it. 3-2.
I'll tell you what, though. It's a good move by him, a good run by him, and a good pass by Fornals. Good finish. Nothing wrong with that goal at all. Yeah, that's a David Moyes wet dream. Nick it in the middle of the park and score.
Yeah. Beautiful pass. Beautiful pass on Fornals.
We've had 4 shots, 4 on target, and scored 3 goals. It's a good opportunity for
Spurs. Offside. 4 shots, 4 on target, 3 in the net. What was I saying? We're back. Beautiful stuff. We move.
9 goals on Saturday and today. 7 have come from some form of cross. 1 penalty and 1 from a through ball. And both the 2 non-crosses were Scamacca's.
Were all of them crosses on Saturday?
I'm
trying to remember the goals on Saturday. You had the pen.
Right, so there was an own goal, Chester's cross. Mubama's goal, Bowen cross. And Emerson goal, Bowen cross. No, Mubama's was a Chester cross, sorry. And then 2 Bowen goals, Emerson and Creswell put in low crosses to the front post area for him both times. Today, Mubama's was an Emerson cross. The Ings was a Bowen cross.
Yeah.
We're scoring lots of crosses.
It's a beautiful thing. We've got our thing, and we stick to it rigidly. Bowen trying a little flick over the top doesn't quite work out.
Cross it. Now Moyes has got rid of Mark Warburton. He's like, bugger that guy and his possession stuff. Just cross it, lads.
That thorn in my side. We know what we are, and that's play it out wide and get it in there. Get it in. Get it in the mixer.
Anyway, the game has suddenly become enjoyable again since we're winning.
How many goals do you reckon Scamacca's going to get this season?
Not 20. I'll say 14.
Yeah, I could back that. I think 20 is
madness. I think James is £500 out of pocket.
It's just insanity.
It was a bit of an insane bet. I think he got a bit caught up in the debates and said something, and he looked like he instantly regretted it as soon as he said it, which do not blame him. Yeah, but not 20. I think 14 maybe. I think he'll do well, Skamaka. I do like him. He has his
Charleston trying
frustrating elements. He has his frustrating elements about him. See Tottenham's second goal. That is frustrating. As a fan, you do not want to see just someone standing, defend a set piece, literally just standing still. But you look at that goal, like his pass to Sawyer earlier, some of his passes on Saturday. At times, Saturday, like I said to you at half-time, he sums Skamaka up. He looks disinterested. He looks lazy. But yeah, he gets the ball and he does a pass that nobody else can really do in the team. He's got that class that sometimes you just can't teach that. So you want to shake him, you want to throttle him, but at the same time, you almost want to applaud him with some of the stuff he does because he's a fine footballer. It's just...
I don't really care about the demeanour stuff.
I mean, look at that. Look at that little layback he just did there with the outside of his foot. Just gently cushions it down to someone. If Antonio tried that, it would have put Richarlison through on goal.
Yeah. Emerson having a conversation with Moyes.
Moyes telling him to waste some time.
Moyes is like, slow it down. Yeah, I hope so too. I think it will. I think again, it's going to be a time for him because he's obviously still coming back from a massive injury as well. So it's not only pre-season, he's also sort of slowly working his way back from that as well. So I think every time he plays, he's scoring right now. So it's just keep giving him minutes, and hopefully he can keep just getting goals like that every now and then. It should help.
Oh, for now, did a little bit born there. Went nowhere, went straight to the keeper, but he's.
You want it. You give it the effort. You know, I'm here for him. Just giving it a swaz.
You know something? I thought Fornals played well Saturday, and I think he's played well again today.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I hold my hands up as a Fornals fanboy, but I agree. I think he's vastly disrespected, or underappreciated. Maybe is the way I should say. That's a good ball in from Spurs, punched away from Fabianski.
Oh, that was a crap pass. Got to throw in plenty of time for time waste. See this out. Still just over 6 minutes to go. And whatever injury time there is, probably 2 minutes because it's a friendly. Just do 2 minutes. Doesn't matter how many actual added on time there should be. Just 2 will do. We're making subs. George Earthy is coming on as well as Luizao.
Bowen's coming off for Earthy, and then I missed what the Luizao one was. I suspect it would be
probably Ogbonna, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Ogbonna.
So left-footed centre back. So you'd imagine Ogbonna will be the one that makes way.
Zuma.
Yeah, Brookins, Kurt Zuma.
Zuma's coming off alongside Jarrod Bowen for Earthy and Luizao. We could see Earthy. I mean, he didn't do much, but just when you see him when he has the ball, he just has that. You know, he can just drift with it. Like not many players we have can. I don't think he's ready personally. I think he still needs time, but you see he has the innate ability there. Tottenham trying to create a bit of space there in the box for Richarlison. He ends up laying it back towards the back post, and who's that? Chester's just nods it out. It's going to be a corner for Tottenham.
So Chester's will move over to the Bowen role on the right-hand side, and Earthy will come into the number 10 role, which is where he plays for the under-18s.
Breezy asks, question for you both. You overly bothered about body language, whether a player smiles or not. Something that's Skamaka got stick for, but Arnie was the same. Yeah, I don't really care. I think it's one of those things that's very easy to read into, and not a bad ball in from Spurs and Fabianski.
I do care sometimes. In fairness, I used to hate Chicharito doing it because he'd get subbed off and he'd turn around and be like,
that stuff.
That's different. That's different. That annoyed me.
Well, Rice used to do that as captain. It used to piss me off endlessly. Like when something bad would happen as captain, and he'd go,
wave his arms around.
That would really frustrate me. And you're right. When Chicharito would do the same thing, that would annoy me. In terms of when they're on the pitch, their demeanor, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter to me that much. But that sort of stuff, the petulant stuff, I don't need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Zaha looks like so and so most of the time. He's still a top player. Bruno Fernandes is the biggest after in the league, top player.
I'm not too fussed. Like, I remember when we did the watch-alongs originally when Haller was here, and it used to be a big point of contention with Haller, and I could never care. People talking about like him.
Do you know something though? It's if you're gonna lump like body language in collectively, well, if you get annoyed at Scamacca, I think you've almost got to get annoyed by Paqueta sitting on the floor when there's nothing wrong with him and he's thumping the grass, and you've got to get annoyed at Antonio going down. That annoys me more than Scamacca looking a little bit disinterested, because he's still in the game. He just looks disinterested. It's when Paqueta sat on the floor whinging about getting free kicks that irritates me more.
Yeah, I agree.
Than Scamacca shrugging stuff off.
Yeah. That was one of my. I agree with that. Anytime people take just like you say, complain about not getting fouls on the floor and stuff like that, that really frustrates me. Whether it's us or whether it's anyone or whether it's the opposition, I don't really care. Lanzini would do it occasionally. I mean, Lanzini would just straight up dive, but yeah, like that stuff would really get to me as well.
Anyway, 87 minutes. Who's impressed you today, Charlie?
Fabianski. I mean, if we're being honest, Fabianski's just looked very collected about himself. I don't think he could have done anything for either of their goals. I can't think. Just remember their first one. It's another opportunity here for Spurs. Richarlison hits it wide. Fabianski. I would say. I'm trying to think through the team now. I don't know if anyone else apart.
I'll do my review, but I think the one player that's impressed in the first half, Jared Bowen, I thought was excellent. Not quite our second half because of the way we played. I think my man of match, Charlie. So if you're going to tune into the review, a bit of a spoiler. My man of match, I think I will give it to Emerson.
I'll tell you what, chat. Let's do man of match now. Game. So if you get your man, if you let me know or let us know in the chat who your man of match is, I'll scroll through, and whoever seems to have the most amount of votes will win the Hammers chat man of the match.
That accurate numeracy skills.
We're a vibes-based economy here, Gio. Do you know what I mean? Science is not your master here. We look at it and we go, it's probably this person, and that's the person who gets all the glory. You know?
Yeah.
Who do you look for?
I'm all for it. But Emerson for me, I think he's been good.
Baby Bells have not agreed to sponsor the live games yet this season. Although I will be honest with you, and Gio, I haven't told you this. I have sent emails. We're just seeing if it can happen.
Were they cheesy emails?
No, but I should have gone full force with it. We might maybe start some sort of campaign to try and make it happen. But look, listen. I want two things. I want a Baby Bell sponsorship, and I want like a like from Danny DeVito. If I could get just a like from, not a reply or a retweet, just a like, then life's good. You know, that's all we need.
Well, you've got a challenge for your next watch along. I don't know if there'll be a stream for the Dagenham and Redbridge game, but there will be for the Rennes and Leverkusen 100%. Because they might live stream the Dagenham and Redbridge one. I hope they do. Possibly should have been a pen there. Earthy did have a handful of his shirt, didn't he?
His shirt was definitely being pulled. Ben Davis goes down. Earthy was the one who was.
Your challenge is at the start of the game, you've got to pretend the stream is sponsored by Baby Bell, and you've got to give it a Baby Bell plug, and then you have to clip it out and send it to Baby Bell and be like, "This is what you can have."
This could be you, but you're playing.
Yeah. So in it, you can say this video is not sponsored by Baby Bell, but if it was, I'd be really promoting these little bad boys every single live stream because I love them.
Okay, deal. Whichever preseason game is the next one that's streamed, whether it's Dagenham or the one after, mate, we'll do it.
They can have it and then be like, do not go buy these because they have not sponsored the stream, but they can if they want to.
Yeah. All right, deal. We do it. I need to remember somehow. Remind me, chat. If I forget, remind me.
Send it to them and see.
Because I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Agree with Emerson. Agree on Emerson. Fabianski. Emerson. Fabianski. You're welcome, Marty. Appreciate you coming. Emerson, Fabianski, Mubama, Emerson. How many? That's not real. Fab, Mubama, Fabianski, Emerson, Fabianski, all Fornals. Fornals, Rice. Sad times. See, I would do a poll, but you can only have 4 options in there, so I'd have to get like 4 people first. Do you know what I mean? I tell you what, I mean, Fabianski, let's just do vibes today, but maybe Fabianski, Mubama, Cornet, shout out to the man. Don't know where he is, but
he's in Rush Green. He's in Rush Green. I've had confirmation. He's in training.
Was he on international duty? He was, right? I remember him being called up to the Ivory Coast squad, whether or not he played.
Yeah. This is the problem. It was Sean Whetstone's fault because he did an article going, "Where is he?" He was called up. He didn't play, but he was called up, so he would have travelled. He might have just not been fit to play for whatever reason. But he's at Rush Green. Ariola, Kera, Ben Rama, Sufal. The only one missing is Paqueta. He's at Disney World for whatever reason, but I think he's back Thursday or something at Rush Green, so nothing to worry about. But Cornet is in Rush Green doing training.
Fair enough. There we go. I thought he was
no
on
longer missing.
Everyone was talking about it.
So the only two players that are not back here is Ben Johnson and Mikel Antonio. Okay, they're not meant to be back. And Vlasic, but I think that's just because we've just excluded him from pre-season by the looks of it. He's just been told he's not welcome or something. I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. Man's getting paid to sit at home.
Try to do a poll. Things crashed. Let me just see if I can refresh it.
You've got about 60 seconds to do a poll. The game's nearly finished.
I know. I was trying to do it when you were talking before, and it just it didn't work. It's great. We'll just say it's a joint one. Fabianski and Emerson, congratulations on both winning the Hammers chat.
Piss off. It was Emerson. They agreed with me.
It was both. Not having it.
No.
Right, fine. It was Emerson. All right, fine. Deciding vote, Geo. You get it because you're not usually round.
Percy gets Percy
got it. Steve Cox straight before him said Fab not interested. Only Percy's opinion matters here apparently. So there you go. Congratulations, Emerson, on winning the Hammers chat man match. Congratulations. While you're down there, everyone, like the video.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you please do like the video and subscribe when you to Hammers chat? Makes us feel good, helps us out. We appreciate it.
We hit. I think we got over 250 in the last one out of nowhere somehow, and we're very, very close here. We're at 230 right now. 236. So 1,000 watching. Flipping egg. Yeah. Whatever.
1,150 people.
Subscribe if you're new around here and all that. Peaceful. Because remember, we do watch alongs every single game right here on this channel. We've only missed 2 since we started doing them years ago at this point. We've only missed 2 watch alongs the entire time. That's how consistent we are with it. So if you want to watch them, if you want to get involved with people, have conversations, stream links during actual Premier League matches, may or may not be around, who knows, then I would highly recommend you subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss out on any of that stuff either. But liking it, please, appreciate it. First half, I think there are a lot of positive signs. I think there are some significant negative signs in terms of they just demolished us in the second half, but we're coming away with a win.
Right, Charlie.
And there is the full-time whistle.
While you say goodbye and wait to load up the review, so I'll see the live chat in a couple of minutes.
See you over there in a minute, Gio. Now you're going to see how broken this is now, right? Let me just say what we'll do. Let me just do that. We'll do that. There we go. Yeah, we played okay. Like some of it was all right. Some of it was very bad. I think you look at it overall, you'd probably be a little bit more negative than you would be positive. However, we've come away with the win and realistically, vibes. But as a preseason run out, I think there's a lot of goodness to come from that as a preseason run out. As a game against Spurs, we got the win. So I can't be too negative against it. It is just a preseason game. But ultimately, it is what it is. Some positive performances. Mubama getting a goal was really nice as well. Chester's coming on, seeming impactful. I don't know. There's stuff to take away, which is the positive, which is the vibe. But as Gio said, he will be live in just a moment for the live match review, which we'll be having on this channel. It's just a few seconds time. However, if you are new around here, like we said, subscribe because we do a watch along every single game here without fail. We've only missed 2 since we started literally 3 or 4 seasons ago, however long ago it was now. I genuinely don't remember. We've only missed 2 that entire time. We are consistently here. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification button so you don't miss out on any of it, and like the video because it helps us out massively. Gio will be live in just a few moments time. But before that, I'd like to thank GP twice for the £2 donos and also Bobby66 for the full-time fund. Have a couple on me. Appreciate you both massively. Thank you very much. We'll be back for the next preseason friendly whenever we actually get to watch them. I don't know which one it will be, but you can be damn sure we will be here. Carl, it will be live on the channel in just a moment. I don't know whether or not it's going to link directly across. I don't know if Geo set that up. But if you're on the channel, it should be live in a second, or if you're subscribing to your Subbox in a second. But thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate you all. Love you. And I shall see you next time. Enjoy yourselves, everyone. Bye.